Party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street, we're Jameson with Games. Happy Saturday, folks. Not the happiest Saturday at Dream Street right now, but I'm not going to belabor the point or anything, but I'm going to take a few minutes here to just speak a little bit. I've been thinking lately a lot because I'm coming up to my summer vacation, and I'll thank you very much for asking, British. I'll update you in a moment. Uh, but I've been thinking a lot about branding as the summer comes closer, because what I try to do whenever I have a little reprieve from a job, because I managed to keep doing this while continuing to thrive in my career, but I can't do this, thrive in my career, and continually like develop this channel and develop ideas that I have for it. So I try to get those ideas in. So one thing that I've wrestled with the entire time I've had this Twitch channel is like, what's the brand? You know, like if you've noticed, if you look at the About Me here, if you go on Blue Sky and look at the not quite yet up and running 58 Dream Street Blue Sky account, if you look at the About, you'll see that like I have not figured out what the Unified brand is. My description of what we do here is always just, well, on Fridays we play Frosthaven, and I play beat 'em ups with Greg on Tuesday, and then on the weekend I play a variety of games. And so I've been trying to think about that kind of stuff, but also like what could like a good logo using like the moderate artistic skills I've developed in the past couple of years. You know, what are my ideas? What can I do? And I'm always trying to figure out, you know, what is the branding. And I think one thing that is definitely not part of the branding is raw emotional honesty. I don't know that that's what anyone's coming to 58 Dream Street to get, but I got to talk for a minute about my little girl Astra, who I had to let her go. I'm sorry. Don't worry, I'm okay. I had to let her go last night. It was the hardest day of my life yesterday. I don't know if it was the day that, like, you know, you don't even want to get into comparing like how bad it hurt to, you know, lose this person or this pet or this, but you know, like it probably hurt more when my grandmother passed away when I was 18. That probably hurt more or the same at least, but it wasn't as hard because I didn't have to do anything. I was an 18-year-old kid, you know, like my mom drove me up to see her, and then we drove home, and then we drove up in a couple of days to see her again, and then we drove home, and then Dad came home. That was it. But I mean, I had to, you know, it's my job. Cedric, welcome. It's my responsibility to take care of her, and she declined pretty quickly with congestive heart failure, and we are hoping, because they put her in an oxygen tank, and she was doing great in the oxygen tank, and she was in good spirits, and she had an appetite, and she had all that. She was herself, just with a little bit of trouble getting her breath, and she was doing great in the oxygen tank. And what we hoped was that we would wean her off and bring her home for a little bit, at least, you know, for as long as she could have good days. But when we got there to see her and see if we could take her home last night, I didn't feel good about it, because she was when she was off the oxygen, she could still lay there, but she couldn't get up and move at all. She tried, she still wanted to, she was still herself, and she wanted, a dog barked and she was like, what's that? She wanted to go over to the door, but she couldn't move at all without having to catch her breath. And while she was catching her breath, she was so focused on, like, it was like she didn't know we were there until, like, once she calmed herself, then she would, you know, look up at us and roll over. So it was hard because it was still Astra. But it was just, you know, if we bring her home, like, what if her heart fails in the middle of the night? She just suffers for along in front of her sister. So, had to make the call. And so, yeah, tough night. And I don't, I'm not doing great. I don't, I mean, I'm doing good. I don't look great. I look like shit. But now you understand why. Uh, but yeah, and it was tough. And Danielle, my partner, I'm sure if you watch the channel, you realize, and probably from context, you would figure that part out. She came, obviously. She loves Astra a lot, and Astra loved her. Astra takes a long time to warm up to anybody, and then just like that, all right, you're in the pack now. And Danielle has big feelings, and is very sentimental about animals. I'm a big animal lover too, obviously, and she's had some hard losses in her own life, both pets and people, in the last little while, and so it was very hard for her to she trying to bargain through it. We'll get an oxygen tank, and then we can keep her. We'll keep her in one room, and then she can have some good days, and she can, So, I had to help Danielle too. And I had to not, because I wanted to just be like, you're right. We don't have to do this, But the thought of her suffering, because I don't really feel like she suffered. She had a couple of weeks of slowing down a little bit, enough that we noticed, but only enough to be like, well, I'll move the checkup up, or I'll keep an eye on her. And then just a couple of days of pretty sudden and grave decline. So it's really easy to want to just be like, yeah, we can just, but so that was hard. But the last few things I want to say, just some anecdotes from Astra's life that I'm trying to focus on, and that I think kind of illustrate what I'm trying to draw strength from, which is, okay, first, when me and my ex went to pick up Abra and Astra from the cat rescue that we got them from, we wanted to adopt two. I had a strong prior opinion that, it's just better to have two cats. They can, entertain each other and be there for each other. And so we put in for two cats, and we'd also put in for when we would be ready to take on the cats. And we had said we'll be ready in January of 2009. And in October of 2008, the cat rescue shelter contacted us to ask if we would be willing. Sorry, I'm just trying. You'll see what I'm doing when I've completed it here. I'm a little distracted. They wanted to know if we would take a pair of cats in November of 2008, 2 months early. And I said, we know that you said you need time to get ready, but we have these two cats who we love, and who love each other. They've become remarkably closely bonded in the short period of time here. They have their whole little litter, because their mother had gone dry, was there in the rescue together, but the two of them just, were inseparable already. And so they wanted to know if we come get them and take them early. And we did, because I'm sentimental about animals, and I was certainly not willing to entertain the idea of two cats who love each other being just separated when they're kittens. That was horrifying to me. So we went to get them. And when we went to get them, they explained to us, not using Abra and Astra because they had placeholder names for them, but they tried to explain their dynamic and like get us ready for them. And and this is not shade on them. They were lovely people and they do wonderful work. And also I understand why you might wind up with this is the two of them. It didn't matter that there were two plates. So we went to get them, and they said, so Winnie, which is what they called Abra, is the little one, and she's shy, and it's probably going to take a little time for her to warm up to you. And then they were like, and Zelda, Astra, is protective of her because she's the runt of the litter. And that was their read on the situation. These two cats are close because the one of them is small and scared and shy, and the other one is protective. And so we went and met them, and so the very first thing that happened was Abra, little white and black one there. She just walked right up to me and sat down in front of me and looked up and looked me in the eye and went, meow. And then she let me scritch it. Like, Abra was not shy. Abra's never been shy. Abra is probably the most outgoing and sociable and like happy to meet new people cat that I've ever met. She's not shy in the slightest. And after we spent a little bit of time with them, and didn't take that much time, Abra is like, no one's ever met Abra. Hardly anyone I can think of has met Abra and spent more than like a couple minutes before they're like, what a smart cat. Like, wow, this cat is special. Like she's got a lot going on up there. Like she can really like integrate and like communicate with someone she just met pretty quickly, and all this stuff. And Astra was not a very bright cat. She was beautiful and she was gentle and she was so sweet. She wasn't always the smartest. She never figured out that, if the bathroom door is ajar and she wants to come in, or any door, that she can, push herself against it and it'll open. And what I found out pretty quickly was that every time Astra was doing a cool thing, like we had a closet where the closet wall didn't go all the way to the ceiling. And one day Astra was up there, but she only went up there once. And Abra, I had watched Abra figure it out from first principles, like walking around the room, figuring out what all the steps were and then executing it. And so for Astra, it wasn't about like figuring out what she could do in the world. It was just about seeing Abra do something and being like, can I do that? And I think that was really, it wasn't the protective thing, even in the shelter. What I believe is that for Astra, it was literally from day one. It was, hey, what's that little cat doing? Can I come too? Like, can I do that? And so she picked her own sister. And then, very luckily for me, and I think for all of us, for all three of us, and for Danielle eventually, the timing worked out that they wound up with me. And I think I'm a pretty good cat guy. And so I give them a lot of, I'm very close with them, but I also give them a lot of space to explore their own behavior and explore the world. And for their whole lives, Astra just kept, you would see Astra just watching Abra sometimes with the happiest look on her face. She never stopped just kind of being like, hey, what's that little cat doing? And even when they grew out of kittenhood, and so Astra was too big now, because Astra's bigger than Abra. And so, but they're like, in Astra's brain, they're still kittens and they're sisters, and they want to she wants to play. So she would keep pouncing on Abra, and Abra would keep freaking out and attacking her. And so there was they kind of, scope of their relationship was inseparable, super bonded kittens to like intermittently bonded and sometimes bickering cats, who gradually the bickering just went away, and the bonding sort of continued to come back, and they continued to get closer and closer and more integrated in their lives and their routines for the rest of it, right up till the last few weeks. There were things that they were both doing now that suggested to me that they had internalized the idea that this is the thing that I do with my sister. And so, like, if I can come here, but I can't do the thing I do here until my sister gets here. Yeah, that's anecdote one. Anecdote two is that Astra, a couple of years ago, had to have a surgery to take what was ultimately a benign lump out from under her arm. And when I dropped her off at the surgeon and I came home, Abra became despondent immediately when I came in the door. I think because I didn't have her sister, and she went and she kind of crunched up in a tiny little space, and she didn't eat or drink or get up for over 24 hours. I was terrified. Even after Astra came home, it took her a while to get up and move around. And so a big fear of mine since then has been that if Astra were the one to go first, that Abra would kind of a pretty common response for a closely bonded animal losing its companion is just failure to thrive. So I was pretty worried about that, but she's doing good. You can tell she knows her sister's not here, and she's a little concerned, and sometimes she seems to go looking for her. And also, people have always told me that when I leave, if they're staying in my home for some reason and I leave, that Abra, a little while, not long after I'm gone, Abra will go to the door she saw me leave from and make these... people are always like, I don't even know how to describe it, but they generally say like guttural kind of wails. And I had never heard this. Like, I had no idea what the sound was, because Abra has like a high-pitched squeaky voice. I had no idea what that would sound like. I couldn't imagine it, even when people described it to me. But I've heard it now, because she's been going to the rug that they laid on together all the time. Because they're cats, right? So even though they're close, they were very had weird sort of. You could tell they had the territory like split up. Like, this is Abra's spot, and so like, while this is Abra's main spot, Astra won't even go on that section of the coach out of respect. And there were transitional periods, like especially whenever I got new bedding or a new bed, where they'd both come on the bed together and sleep at night. But usually it was just one of them's the bed kitty and the other one just respects the sanctity of the bed for the other one. And then there's just this one blue rug I got that just is always neutral territory that they get together on, and they posture mirror each other and look at each other. And so she's been going to that and kind of making these sounds that I had never heard before. So I know that she misses her sister, but she's eating and she's running around, and we're going out for walks, even though it's a rainy day. So we didn't go outside, but she went to the patio door, and so she's doing good. All right, that's anecdote 2. Anecdote 3 is just that shortly after Astra had her benign tumor surgery and non-invasive into like loose skin under the arm, Abra had a very aggressive cancer, an injection site sarcoma, because she had a bout of diabetes, which had been in remission for years. I'm happy to say 2 years now. And cats can get a special cancer just if you inject them with something. They can get a special cancer right where they got the injection. And she developed it. And the vet was very frank with me. We took her to a specialist surgeon. But at the time, because of COVID lockdown, we couldn't travel far enough to get her to like a CT scan. It's highly recommended before trying to get this cancer out because it puts little like tendrils into the bone. And so if any of those tendrils survive, it just regrows itself and then comes back more aggressive. And because of that, also, the optimal treatment is after you've done the CAT scan so you know what to cut, you also follow up with radiation. But you can't get radiation here in Nova Scotia, and we couldn't travel anywhere. So it was a really, really scary situation. And the night before Abra's surgery, uh, keeping in mind what I just said about the bed, uh, and their kind of respecting of ownership of it at different times, they both immediately came to bed when I got into bed, and they hopped up and they curled up together but against me, which they had not done since they were kittens, and they never did again that closely. And they also, actually, I didn't mention this detail, but they had also done that the night before Astra's surgery. And so I don't think I'm over analyzing to say that they sensed something in me that they were like, uh-oh, like our pack should be together. It's a scary time. And I took Abra in for her surgery, and that was 2 years ago. It was 2.5 years ago, and she's, look at her. I mean, that's actually an old picture. Uh, but, you know, if you've ever watched the stream, you've heard her, you know, and she's doing amazing. Like, she's doing better than she was a year ago. She's stronger and more energetic. And so Astra picked her own sister, and because of both just excellent good luck, but also the really, really, really good work of the staff at Draper Veterinary here in Nova Scotia, and the surgeon, Dr. Rintoul. Hey, Stempinski, you've arrived for the weird part of the stream, but we're actually going to start playing a game soon, I promise. And she, yeah, Abra's great. And so Astra picked her own sister, and she never had to be apart from her. And then the final thing is that, like I said, when she was having trouble with her breath, you could tell that she was so focused on breathing that she couldn't be aware. Like, she wasn't, her eyes didn't see you even when you were right in front of her. She didn't respond. But because we had her in an oxygen-rich environment at the end, her breathing was okay. And because of that, she was with us, and we held pause. That was just I am indeed the cliche of the childless, and I guess childish millennial who is overly bonded and attached to his cats. And so yeah, we held pause, and I kissed her, and I whispered in her ear that I loved her while the doctor did the thing, and she was purring when she went to sleep. So even though this is, I kept it together, and now I'm getting all, even despite that, this is why I'm feeling better than I ever would have imagined I could. Because my sister said today when she was texting me, and I just told her about it, and she said, poor kitty, and she made a sad face, and I said that I don't think that's not how I think. I don't think she was a poor kitty. I think she was a very lucky kitty. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. And I'm going to take a brief intermission and go give Abra a kiss. And then we're going to play Dark Sun Shattered Lands. And I'm going to... I will do a much... when I'm not actually just talking about this just to get it out of myself, I will do a much better job of the show must go on and that whole thing. So hang tight, gang. We are going to get started 30 minutes into the stream in just a minute after this intermission. Hang tight. All right, party people, here we go. Here we go. It's a thing that I've in recent years tried. I suffered a lot of losses in my mostly in my 20s. Pets, but also some pretty important people. And at the time, I was not stoic or philosophic about it, but I did, you know, manage to spend many, many, many years thinking about those experiences. And what I've come away with is that, like, one thing is that in my own life, when the people who I know and who I love, but even just my friends who I like a bunch, are going through some kind of loss, I try to be, you know, wise, I guess, to provide counsel and with pets, specifically pets, David, a thing that basically a boilerplate thing that I've come to say because I said it once to a friend and then found out through the grapevine that she had found what I said extremely helpful. So I was like, all right, great. You know, professionally, I stand in front of rooms often and try to explain things for a long time. And sometimes like a thing that you said once that was really good just becomes part of the repertoire, right? And so similarly, like with people who I know who suffer these kinds of losses of their pets, thing I try to tell them is that I say the worst part of the deal we make with them when we bring them into our lives is that the idea is that they'll go before us. That's what we want, you know. It's horrifying when a parent is predeceased by a child, and especially, you know, perhaps especially my generation, often have feelings for our pets that are very similar. In kind and you know, I'm not trying to you know, take anything away from parents and say in kind and degree, but you know, it's and so that's the worst part of the deal that we make with them, is that what we're hoping for is to go through that when we get them. But the flip side of that, and the implication of that, if you think of it the right way, is that with our pets, we have an opportunity, because we're there at the beginning, and we come to be like a part of the structure of the world as they know it, and we're there with them the whole time, and then we're there with them at the end. We can actually see that they live if we do our job and if all goes according to plan, we can see that they have lives that are just from end to end happiness and safety and security and love, and like not a single person can ever, like, I've got a pretty good life and I've had some terrible times, right? Like no human being can have that, but when we're lucky and when we do our jobs as pet, I don't really think like I don't usually do the parent thing, but as and I don't like the owner idea, but as pet guardians, you know, when we do our job right, like that's what we get to see. And so this is the test, you know, of my beliefs. And I think so far, yeah, in the absence of any real religious faith, I think it's a thing that I really believe that is going to be a lot of comfort to me. So here we are, we're playing Dark Sun, Shattered Lands. When last we left our... David, that means a lot. I know that I'm good at it. Not, you know, I mean, British can attest. I can't always figure it out or come up with the answer, but very, very often And I've had thousands of students over the last decade, so I've had plenty of opportunities to have people tell me that I've really helped them. But it's nice to. It's nice. It's a thing. Hey, thanks, British. And so, yeah. In some ways, I'm not very grown up, and in some ways, I think I'm more grown up than I give myself credit for as I push 40. And I know that taking care of them has been one of the things that really has matured me. And I feel like it's not like I'm not ready. I wasn't ready. I'm not ready. I will never be. But to the fullest extent I could be ready, she got me ready. Hey, that's great. That's great. That matters a lot. Yeah, so yeah. Hard time, hard day, but here we are. When last we left our group, who we now know to be heroes, we had learned the nature of our quest here. We had found the main line. So last time, I escaped the sewers to a farm. We escaped the farm to the wild. We explored the wild, and we found... forgive me on the pronunciation if any of you are from Athos. Tikutsul, which is a village founded by escaped gladiators. There's a bunch of internal politics going on within the village that I do not believe we will be resolving at this stage of the game. So onward for now. Should I give these chameleon gloves to one of the characters who is more often in melee? Or should I keep it on the guy who isn't often in melee but who otherwise sucks in it? I think I answered my own question. Some sort of hope if James, the thief psionicist, gets cornered. Is the name of the game. Name of the game. So, yeah. And so the quest is taking shape at the same time that the game has opened out. Because we've had so many options in at least in 2 of the 3 areas. In the gladiator pits, there were a lot of different ways out of there. I know both because I could see some of the paths even if I didn't take them. And then I did go and read the early, I haven't read anything that would spoil me on anything, but I read the first couple CRPG Act blog posts about this game and then the comments thereof. And from that was like, oh wow, there's a lot of different ways to escape the gladiator pits. And while you're in the gladiator pits, the range of the freedom of action that will then be reflected by the game is more than even what I found. And I found some things where exactly. Very often in RPGs, I am if I'm gonna actually pay attention to my stat build and not just have fun, I tend to be a specializer, like a booster of the strengths. But I think we already have a party that by design is not optimized. So I think giving every character as much compensation as we can. And yeah, so we learned what our quest is. And our quest is that the city we escaped from... Wait, no, I didn't finish my thought. The gladiator pits have a bunch of ways you can escape and a bunch of different ways of responding to your actions that I never discovered. We did see, you help this character and then this character has new dialogue to reward you. The kind of stuff you'd expect because that feels like a contained subquest line. But also, apparently, if you decide that you're going to roleplay a much less goody-goody than I do, and you just killed Gilal or Gilal, the lady, the sick lady. If you just murder her, which the game will let you do, the dialogue of the other characters will reflect that you did that. And stuff like that. And likewise in the sewers, there were different ways you could play that. And different ways you could make the escape. The farm felt kind of linear, and then the wilds, it's just finding the village. You find the village by finding the village. But then, we got here, and now we've been given our quest, which is the city we escaped from, Draj, is raising up an army for the purpose of coming out into the wastes and finding all of the free villages and killing them all. Real bad. It's both real bad and, like in Pool of Radiance, it's a threat level that I enjoy as the focal point for a game. We're not trying to stop the destruction of the world. We're trying to stop a horrible thing from happening to a specific group of people in a specific area. So we want to stop it. How are we going to stop it? We're going to be Mance Raider. If you're a Song of Ice and Fire fan, we're going to be the Mance Raider of the wastes of Athos. We're going to unite the free villages. Here's the problem. None of the free villages are united right now, and they don't trust each other, and none of them know where each other lives. So now, our quest is find all those villages, and presumably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, in each of those villages, there will be a strongly developed subquest line that we need to complete to win their allegiance. We'll see, but I played a video game or two in my life. I think that's what we're looking at. So we got to ally with the villages, but we also got to find them. And what we have is not that the chief who gave us the mission said, you should probably start by searching the river to, there's a river to the west, so maybe another free village is on the river or something. Instead, he said, we do think there's a village to the west, and also another thing, and then also some other characters have given us clues, and so here are the things we know. I have an index card. I'm doing it analog. Oh man, stash is all fucked up. I'll deal with it later. So on this index card that says around Tequetzal, I've written village to west, Pith, because we have a subquest to retrieve some Pith. From near the Red Sands to the southeast, there's a gem field near a volcano to the southwest. So if we want to develop economically, we could head that way. Quick correction that I should issue. I've been calling the currency in this game, the CP, copper pieces. But the whole gimmick of, among other gimmicks, one of the gimmicks of the Athos of the Dark Sun universe is that they don't have metal. There's no copper pieces. Those are ceramic pieces. They do have gems, which you can trade for ceramic. So far, although we finally found some shops and we could buy some things, we haven't found shops that seem like, we're going to need to have a lot of money to get the best items in these shops. So I don't think I'll start looking for the gem field to the southwest, but we have it. Gedron, a village to the northwest, and a heap of stone covered in sand also to the west. We are free. We're truly free. We've escaped the gladiators, but also the game is no longer telling us now do, you've done A, so now do B. And again, first of all, there's nothing necessarily wrong with the game just being like, hey, do A then B. Even an RPG can still be fun that way. But also, I don't want to even say, like I said, we're pretty free in how we went from A to B and from B to C. It's just now, from C, we can go wherever the fuck we want. Within reason. So we had talked to everybody in the village, I believe. We had rearmed. There's only one exit to the village. So this is it. It's time for the quest to begin. Actually, the last thing we should do is review the whole party. Because I haven't played in a week. And that's not that long a time, especially because usually, the games I'm playing on the weekend, because I force myself to wait to play them again, I think about them a lot. But, I haven't had a lot of sleep the last couple of days, and it was a busy week and all that stuff. So, good to take stock. We have James. That's me, the avatar of Britannia. Or at least, a guy named James who behaves like a goody-goody. By Fayette, from British, the co-creator of this particular character. This is an audience-created party. I made the decisions about who James would be as a stat box, and British delivered the concept of, you're going to be James, you're going to play it just like you do when you're playing Ultima, or you're playing whatever. We're not going to get gritty James who solves problems by killing innocent people and stealing their stuff or something. An NPC says, if you go all the way over there and get me this, I'll give you your item. And I said, well, in this game, I can just kill you. That's not going to happen. We're forbidden. As though if nobody forbids me, then I'm just going to, that's how I'm going to play it. No. Finnan. Created by our own David Ale. A male halfling fighter druid. You see what I mean? Not only did we 4 different people design these characters, so it's not a balanced or optimized party, but we all I strongly believe in just letting your imagination run wild. So we have a fighter druid halfling, but he's cool. He's actually been really good so far. He hits hard. He's sturdier than me, and sturdier than our half elf. He's a pretty good fighter. He can cast some cleric spells, which we appreciate. Young Finnan, good dude. Next level will be a fighter level, which is, it's coming. Takes 2 experience points to get one of these. When you're multi-class. No! Apparently, no. Maybe I'm not sure. It's possible that the way they're doing it is actually by modifying the values they display to reflect multi-classing. Because fighters should require fewer experience points for level 5 than clerics, but that seems like a pretty big disparity, so I'm not sure. But anyway. Susan Strong is a female half-giant cleric. Don't worry, she's still real good at hitting. She's dual-wielding a magical axe, which is heavy. She doesn't give a shit about that. It's +1. Any of us can use it because it's magic. Nice and shiny. It's not like an Ultima magic axe. You can't throw it, but otherwise, very reminiscent. Perhaps the reminiscence should go the other way. But she also has a club. She hits real hard, but she can also cast some spells, help us out. Good stuff. Oh, the stories. James is the avatar. There's not really much else to it. Maybe I came from a different world. Maybe I have amnesia. Doesn't matter. It's me. You get the idea. Picture a mustache on this character. Finnan is torn between his fighter side and his druid side because he learned to fight and to be a druid after his halfling village, his peaceful and secluded halfling village, was destroyed. And hey, wow, I just realized the main quest is actually important to Finnan. That's great. He won't let it happen to someone else. That's the fight because the battle between him is the fighter side that wants revenge and to hurt people who are hurt, other people. And the druid side of him wants to heal and restore and make it so that others don't suffer the way that his people suffered. And that's that's literally our quest. We're going to kill a bunch of dudes in service of preventing suffering and helping to slowly make this Athos a better place. Susan Strong, nobody really knows. Her story is kind of mysterious. Susan Strong's a stage name, so perhaps she was performing in like a circus type situation as a strong woman. Who knows? She is a gladiator by the time we met her. No one knows is her first name actually Susan? No one knows. When did she practice to be a cleric? No one really knows. No one's really quite sure with our Susan. But she's a woman of few words and many bicep curls. And then Sir Waffle of Syrup, created by our own Waffle Syrup. Just like Sir Waffle of Syrup in our Pool of Radiance playthrough, he's a male elf who is a lawful good fighter preserver. Pool of Radiance version was preserver magic user, fighter magic user, but preserver is just a magic user in the Darkside universe. The good kind of magic user who doesn't drain the health of the planet. And Sir Waffle, his official story is that after helping to save the Moonsea region in Faerun, the Forgotten Realms, he somehow traveled here to continue spreading the gospel of pancakes and syrup. Or waffles and syrup. Sorry. Doesn't want to talk about pancakes. Actually, I think Sir Waffle... I asked Waffle Syrup once. I think he said Sir Waffle is neutral on pancakes and hates French toast. My sort of... my gloss on that is that he believes that, but he's not literally... Maybe even it's like a mind transference. You know, it's a madness inspired by a supernatural cross-planar interaction. But anyway, my little gloss on that is that he's a madman. But he's a good person. He's a fighter preserver. All right. In our inventories, we had just shopped, and we have scrolls and stuff that I'll remind myself that they exist after we've dealt with a 111 wooden arrows. Each to be sold for 1 ceramic piece. Although, why would I ever sell arrows? Yeah. It's tough to, especially when you live in the wasteland of Athos, when you meet some nutty magic-using guy who nonetheless can produce maple syrup. That guy is infectious. You hold that guy close to your heart. Okay. Let's get down to business. Oh, let me make sure. I should check, That's very nice. Obviously, I'm a very fortunate person, and because of that, I have a lot of people checking in on me. Not only am I a very fortunate person, but I actually do, I know everyone says they have the best cats, but I actually do. And so, not only do a lot of people care about me, fortunately, for me, but also anybody who cares about me and comes around is like, holy shit, those cats, So people care about the cats when they get to know them. And so my friend Robert, who you've heard me talk about sometimes, who has kind of vanished out of my life since his son was born. He's going through some stuff. Just sent me a text. He's not up to date. So he said, I heard your cat's not doing well. And he must have heard it from Rich, and I can't believe that Rich wouldn't have specified which cat. And Robert knows the cats and which one is which. But I guess he just said your cat. And also, Robert has, a real bad dislike. Robert can't... It's a struggle for Robert to write anything. He's a very smart guy, but he can't write for his life. Okay. Looking at the map, we're going to go southeast, because if I can find this Pith... I know there was another word attached to the Pith. I should have wrote all of it down, but I know it's a Pith. I'm probably not going to find multiple types of Pith. If I go to the Red Sands to the southeast, perhaps I can find that, and get involved with bringing it back. Get some experience, maybe gain a couple levels, get some reward before we do deeper exploration. I feel like I should save because I've been playing for so long and now we're heading into danger. So I'm going to do that, even though I am aware that I've actually been just talking and we haven't done anything. And if I got slaughtered in 2 seconds, we would lose no progress. Let's find out. Are we the great uniters? Well, first thing we gotta do is not get slaughtered. Don't worry, this is a friendly. But let's talk to her again. Her name is Lhasa. Greetings to you, unscaled ones. I am still waiting for a vision that will lead me to my new tribe. I cannot take time to talk. I must seek the vision. And then she keeps walking. So we have a pretty good relationship with her. We've had a conversation with her before. You kind of got the gist from what she just said. But I got to assume that's going to... I think we're going to... since this screen is the only entry point to Tequetzal, we're going to come through here a lot. I assume that saga will unfold gradually. I'm trying to minimize my use of the very generous minimap. Yeah. Some of that is that I've got the cycles up probably too high. Because if I turn them down a little, I've noticed it does look better. But I am really attached to the performance benefits of the overclocking. So I can live with the silly walking. Okay, great. We made it to the southeast exit without being attacked, which is good because this area had a real compelling mix of tough enemies. All right, to the southeast. Yeah, but it's good that Robert reached it. I'm glad. Something I got to remember because it's easy sometimes to think, you know, my friend has a son who's 3 years old, and I've never met him, and I've only seen my friend like twice since his son was born, and be, you know, pissed off. Wait, I just said I'm trying not to overly abuse this game's generous minimap. Although we might as well save now that we're on this screen. But I gotta remember that this is you know, he's dealing with some stuff. That the birth of his son must have awakened in him, you know, anxiety and stuff. And, you know, he's not like I'm the emotional one of our friend group. So it's a big step. They do. But like, for example, you know, I met Rich's I held both of Rich's children in their hands like within a week, in my arms within like a week of their births. And Robert lives right down the street from Rich, and I've seen him twice in 3 years. It's wild, but it's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. I do think I've leveled up a little. I think that, you know, this is not generally how life works, but I think I got a lot of experience points last night. And I think I'm going to try to I say the, you know, be kind to everyone you meet thing at the end as a tagline. And that's something I believe you should do and that I try to do, but I think I'm going to be better at it. You must be the ones who escaped from the arena. I've heard of you. My name is Algernon. I've always wanted to meet a member of the Veiled Alliance. I'm not from the Veiled Alliance. I understand. You just escaped from Draj by yourself then. No need to explain. I understand completely. Alright, Algernon, what are you doing here, buddy? Well, I've waited years to be contacted by the Alliance. Nobody ever came. When I heard about escaped gladiators, I picked up my things, ventured out to find you. I am a scribe. My knowledge of magical devices is great. Ask about any item, and I will elucidate. Are you interested? Yeah. Oh, wow. So, okay, you are literally like an index. How about some swords? Because I've got a blood wrath. Oh, there's only 2 types of magic swords. These are the... Okay. It's not an index. It's converting my inventory, my 4 characters' inventories into dialogue options. That's pretty cool. It's not obviously more effective to me than just having to use an item on him to get him to look at it. Like, that's also a very intuitive method. It's nice that they put the effort in. So what does the Bloodwrath sword do? This looks like a ritual sacrifice item of the Templars of Tic-Tic-Tic-Lay. Its blade is magically sharpened to better pierce the hearts of the Dragon King's victims. Oh. We used the sword... Oh, wait, never mind. Okay. I was like, wait. You're saying that this is extra effective? I was thinking, like, does the Dragon King transform people? I'm going to be like, killing horrible like victim mutants with a special sword that kill. No, what he means is that normally this sword is used by the people of the Dragon King Tectile to pierce the hearts of. Okay, that's good. It pierces their hearts just because it's a sword, not because it's especially effective against marginalized peoples. What about the Swiftbite sword? The creator of this sword wanted to overcome stronger opponents easily. Unfortunately, it was so powerful, he was hunted by thieves for years until finally the extra damage and hitting ability could not save him. Well, I'm just going to go on a limb and assume nothing like that's going to happen to me. What about my jewelry? I have all kinds of jewelry that I do not believe I've identified. I've got no magic rings, so whatever rings I have are rings. In fact, you know what? I think this game just tells me. I think Algernon can give me more details about what a weapon does, but I'm pretty sure there's no identification system in this game. I hope that helps. Well, what now? I guess wait here until I return? I'll talk to you on the way back and give you permission to leave. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but all right. Fine, I'll be here. I myself only possess one magic item. I would like to donate it to the Veiled Alliance to help them save Athos. I hope it helps. It's a wand that can detect metals up to 60 paces away. It's not there's no metal on this planet, it's just rare because of the whole wasteland thing. It's very easy to use. Well, I also found this gem on the obelisk to the north. You're welcome to it, as I have no need for such things. That's very kind of you. Oh, okay. Yeah. Like when he was saying, oh yeah, wink, wink. He understands we're from the Veiled Alliance. And he doesn't resent that I did a good job of, whoops. Is it tab? Yeah, tab will get me the menu from which I can click the save button. Great. Okay. So I should have told this guy he could leave. And I will next time I see him, unless I've doomed him by saying what I just said to him, which I hope I did not. Obviously, these are the red sands, so now it's this Pith. And so, if you'll pardon me for a moment. Oh yeah, okay. I remember what Pith is. I was like, I know the word Pith, but it's not like the meaning was not adding itself back to my mind. Pith is part of fruit. It's the fruit. It's the, like soft inner lining of the fruit. So we're looking for a fruit, which is an intuitive thing we're looking for in the Dark Sun world. So we'll just look. We'll not exit this area. And is it just like, you know, going to be... Oh, are we going to just retrieve it from merchants? I can't remember the exact details. This was supposed to be the week that I finally converged, you know, on reading the manual and starting to get responsible with the playthrough. Didn't work out that way. Wasn't in the cards. There were also, like I had some... I'm closing in on vacation, so I'm in the get everything off my plate mode at work, and that didn't go according to plan. Busy week next week, but you do what you got to do, you know. Something we there are no choices involved in some of the things we got to deal with. Well met, travelers. I am your servant Nutaku. What forces you into these desolate wastes? I'm using too many, like, posh isn't quite the right word, but probably my stupid voices should be rougher sounding. Oh, well. Yeah, there we go. Father Garin sent me for the Ranike Pith. I am grateful for your services in this matter. I was loath to make the journey myself, as it would take time away from more profitable ventures. If you prove capable, we can share in the profits. Alright. Well, I'll take the pith to Father Garin. Excellent. Deliver this bag of Ranike tree pith to Father Garin in Tequetzal. Return after you have done so, and I will pay you handsomely. Great. So what's this stuff used for? It has many uses in healing arts, and is often the chief component of salves and the like. Alright, is that all I can do for you? There isn't much. Business is rather slow right now. Although I could always use a few sand howler eyes and fire eel tongues. Should you come across any in your wanderings, I would pay well for the spell components. Oh, are you still using spell components? You gotta get on board with what we're doing. Maybe the manual says we use spell components, but they're just there. All the real people in the real ones in the D&D universe know that your spell components, you just have them. What is this, Ultima? So, where would I get sand howler eyes? Well, they don't give them up willingly. You'll find howlers stalking the sandy wastes. Just avoid the beast's stare. It'll paralyze you. Hate that. Where can I find fire eel tongues? Fire eels are sand burrowers. So, watch your step. North of here is where you'll find most of them. Great. One role-playing choice I'm making is that I'm not always going to be asking about what the reward is. Have you heard any rumors worth repeating? A caravan north of here was hit hard by raiders not too long ago. No skin off my nose, but it does make one a bit nervous. What about just, the brotherhood, the fellowship of man, No man's an island and all that stuff, Maybe the caravan hit north of here is a little bit of skin off your... I don't know. Listen, trying to explain human feeling to a scientist. That's a joke, any scientists in the audience. There is little to tell. I am a simple merchant, and like all merchants, I must scratch a living from the selfishness of my clients. What exactly is your business, though? Powerful mages require obscure materials to conduct their arcane rituals. I obtain such objects and purify them as required. I often work on contract, or simply offer my goods to the highest bidder. I'm not going to immediately be like, why can't I Uber you, man? Why can't I destroy your business? Okay, and who are your clients? Well, powerful mages. My clients vary from season to season, area to area. I never stay in one place long. Scarcity is a boon in my business. And how do I fit in? Well, I know how I fit. I'm not going to ask that. I'm the delivery boy. I'm the Philip J. Fry. And I don't need to ask where I can find Father Garin. May you have good fortune in your adventures. Goodbye. And good fortune to you too, fella. What was it? Norgath? Wait a minute. I can just do this. Notaku. God is not like anime. I am a scribe. My knowledge of magical devices is great. Ask about any item and I will elucidate. Are you interested? I'm gonna say yes. Okay. I hope that when I get out of this dialogue menu, we're not about to be set upon. But another excellent loop. Fair criticism that all the musical loops in this game seem to be like 2 to 4 bars long. But they're also just like banger after banger after banger. I hope that helps. Well, I've helped you all I can. I should be leaving. If you need any more help, find me. I myself only possess one magic item. Is he... No. He repeats the dialogue about giving you the stuff, but he doesn't give it to you a second time. That's fair. That's how objects work in real life. Try to find my way back, which I think I'm doing. Let me look at the map a moment. Are there multiple? No, there aren't. So yes, this is the way out. Is this? I'll investigate. I'm gonna come back to this southeast area to investigate, see, what's up with those bandits. Or alternately, can I help the remnants of the caravan? I figure that cluster of dots. Try not to use the minimap too much. It's tough because it's very generous. There's no fog of war. And it's interesting because combat is so tough in this game that the integration of enemies into the real-time map prior to any combat commencing and we go turn-based, the way that the map is alive, and also unless you scroll around and then you can look at everything, you're not seeing everything all at once. When you're just exploring, there's some palpable tension because can you win the next fight that might come across you? Maybe. You're back already? Thought you were off to save Athos and fulfill the prophecy. He does have a bad attitude, but I'm not going to say that. It's true. But I kind of find it understandable how people would wind up with bad attitudes, living in the wastes of Athos. So I'm just going to breeze right past that. How goes the war effort? It's as bad as it can be. Misery's all we got to look forward to. You know anything what the army's doing? Don't know. Getting ready to kill us all is a good bet. How's the morale of villagers? They're acting like it's a mid-year celebration, thinking your alliance is going to give them a better life. Sand for brains, that's what they got. Alright, buddy. You do have a bad attitude. Just saying what's true. No. That is the refuge of cynics. And it's not that cynics are always wrong. But you can't make something true just by asserting it to be true. What do you know about your village leader? Our leader, Khal, takes care of us well enough. A little slow on the uptake, but he's a stout one, no mistake. Yeah, we've already talked about this. Alright, let's change the subject. Spent enough time talking. Goodbye. Hey. I'm not gonna miss this conversation, buddy. Alright. I'm not sure which one of these is Father Garen, but again, the game will actually tell us. The Visionary is not Father Garen. We've heard from the Visionary. There's a prophecy that sounds like it could be saying that I, or my companions as a group, or one of my companions, are destined to be the uniters who prevent the genocide of the free people. Level 1 villager? Hello, James. Is there something I can do for you? Nope. Sorry, man. I'm just trying to remember where Father Garen is, and I thought, was Father Garen just tagged as a villager? Is this our... Yeah, this is our place. They gave us the home with the most treasure chests. And that's just circled around a long way to do the Visionary. This might be the kind of case where I should relax on taking advantage of the infinite map. Scrolling. But no fog of war, but you need line of sight to just click on someone and say, hey, is that Father Garen? I don't think it is, but I'll know more about Tikutzel after I do this. Oh, I remember you. Striking person. Intriguing look. Hello, James. Is there something I can do for you? No. Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't remember any of the voices such as they are I was doing for these characters last week. One day at a time. Hello, James. Is there something I can do for you? Goodbye. Now, is he in the west? I gotta find out what the direct... Okay. Up here are all the folks, like the leaders. I think it's this one. Try this one. Do we have a line of sight? No, but that's Father Garen for sure. Look at his area. So, center on character. Center on character. Which one? Oh, it's this. No. Center on leader. There we go. Chug along. I don't think even at a non-jerky speed this would be a great looking walking animation. But when not moving, I think this game looks great. It's doing the same kind of silly isometric but not rotated, or axonometric at least. I don't know if it's literally isometric. That's a term that often gets used imprecisely. Viewpoint that isn't... Yeah, usually when you see this view... When you think of a turn-based RPG that uses this, you picture it kind of rotated aside. Ultima 6 and 7 have also had this kind of odd axonometric view. But I think they've done good with it. And done really good with a sense of scale. Where it's like, yeah, I think the halfling is smaller than the half-elf and the elf, who are both significantly smaller than the half-giant. Which all makes sense. Hey, we're the half heroes or something. The party name. Well, Father Garen, I wanted to turn in the quest, but I can see now that turning in the quest will involve actively giving you the item that you need. Oh no. Or does the quest involve walking all the way back because if the lead character's thing is full, he puts the pith, or whatever item he's trying to give you, on the ground, and I had somehow filled up. Might as well... Why am I not wearing this stupid ring? Just to free up a slot. Oh, lemon. Fruits are your different items here. For doing stuff. We got cool gems and stuff, but yeah, okay. We gotta walk back. That's frustrating, but okay. It's not that long a walk. And maybe this time we'll throw in checking the situation with the caravan. And or bandits. Just so we get a little action. I haven't really done anything but talk to a couple people and walk across a couple of screens so far. But that's alright. I mean, talking to people and walking across screens are significant parts of the RPG gameplay loop. In many, if not all, of the great RPGs. One way the dynamism of this world has let me down has been with Lousa, in the sense that if we get into a combat and Lousa is close enough to, in theory, be drawn into it, she doesn't intervene to help us. Even though, as a person, it seems like she would. Or alternately, it might be the lizard man kind of thing of, like, you know, I have to stay focused on finding my new tribe and don't have to worry about these warm bloods. Which I don't believe she has called us. But whenever I use lizard men in a D&D campaign, I have them, and, you know, depending on what I'm using them as. We're being attacked by some awful things. Sand howlers. Hey, There's a part of these, was it the eyes? They certainly seem like the kind of thing we might harvest the eyes of. But oh my. Okay, they're only level 4. They did come upon us suddenly. It's Finnan's turn. We should we bless or should we curse? I think one of those is the move. Let's curse them. Actually, you know what? Tough call. The best defense is good offense. Let's see if that's true. I will bless us and not them. So we can... Because bless gives us a +1 to rolls, whereas curse gives them a -1 to rolls. So curse makes us less likely to get hit. Bless makes us more likely to hit. I think we want to hit these chumps. I could have Susan Strong do a curse, but I actually think I want her to get out there and get ready for the action. She whiffed it, but she tried, and we appreciate that. I should have moved Finnan. I was misreading the scene, even though, as I just mentioned, I think it's pretty clear which one is real small and which one is just kind of light, versus which one is a whole lot of woman. All right, Sir Waffle. What kind of spells do you have? Sadly, he has Stinking Cloud, which I would not have taken had I realized how much less effective it is in this game than it was. Oh, Acid Arrow has been great, though. Do I need it for this fight? Let's assume I don't. So I'll use a level 1. These things can paralyze me. I think we have Cure Paralysis now, in at least for one of the two, Druid and Cleric. Hopefully for both. Ooh. As you gain those wizard levels, that gets much more powerful. Your magic missile. Which is great, because it's an automatic hit, if I remember the rules of the spell right. So I'll use a Psionic, and what I learned last time, and what I remember today, is that I was finding better cause to use the sort of battlefield control psionics than the combat, like the attacking psionics. And the Ego Whip, which, based on its name, seems like it might be an issue to use on the goggly-eyed, horrible desert freak monsters. But Ego Whip renders them unable to attack for a certain number of rounds. Pretty helpful. Ah, my power check failed. We'll never even know. Oh, I get another kick at the can right away. Did better on my initiative roll this time. Whipped. Can't attack. Brilliant. What a great condition to be able to inflict on your enemies. Ooh, one big hit on Susan Strong. But people aren't coming back to attack the Psionicist, which is great. So these things are well armored, huh? Even with Bless on, we haven't hit them once. Perhaps I should try a combat psionic, even though, as I've mentioned, either they suck or I mostly suck at them. I keep wanting this to get something big done for me. Hopefully this doesn't detonate Susan Strong. Well, 8 damage to him. That's not nothing. 2 big hits, and we got the Sand Howler Eyes. Nobody's paralyzed, I don't think. It's going well. Ha! I wish they didn't bark when they died, but what can you do? This one can't attack, which is great. It seems cruel in a way to set up a battle where your enemies are just incapable of attacking you and then just beating on them. And yet, this is a cruel world. And they did attack us unprovoked. Don't love the barking. Gotta remember also that as a thief, I'm pretty good with the ranged weapon, and I have lots of arrows. Fortunately, it seemed... ego whip wore off, but I don't think it wore off in time for him to benefit too greatly from it. So great. When we go down to Dr. What's his name? Leather sling. I should give that away. I gotta just keep remembering, if items are gonna drop into James's possession, I have to pass them along. The wisest only pick fights they know they can win. Perhaps not the bravest, but certainly the wisest. Pick your battles, and specifically pick the ones where you have ego whipped the enemy so that they cannot cast a spell on you. Laud's Rod and the Metal Detection Wand. But those are hand slot things, and I don't need one of them right now. I'll hold on to them. I assume the magic user can use them too, or possibly all characters. Can we learn that from the thing? The fact that it doesn't tell me suggests everyone can use it. But in the means of maintaining the usefulness of the Psionicist thief, lots of sand halorized. We'll find out if they stack very soon. They don't. But that's okay, because we're getting... Hopefully he will... Notaku will, take them from us instantly in bulk from all of our inventories. Hey, he didn't go anywhere, but he's dismissed. He's not staying there in the wasteland because of us, so if he gets killed, we'll feel bad because he's a nice guy, but we won't blame ourselves. What is this? Is this the Pith? Obviously not. Where's the Pith? Is it this? Did I just take it? Did I successfully take it? He's not attacking me, so I didn't steal from him, I don't think. Oh, no, I've got it. I sure hope I'm not stealing from him. Here, Susan. Take this bag of Pith. Let's clear up a little inventory space. Notaku! Have you not delivered the Ranite tree Pith to Father Garin yet? If the delay is too long, my reputation will suffer. And so will you. Alright. First of all, asshole. You dropped it on the ground and not me. But also, I got some spell components to sell you. Excellent! What have you brought me this time? Sand Hallorize. I'll give you 50 chips. I assume those are ceramic pieces. For each Sand Hallori. Is that agreeable? Yeah, sounds fair. Excellent. I'm sure our arrangement will be long and profitable. I want to get out of the conversation, but I don't want to accidentally turn down the quest. Alright, I've heard enough about your business. Okay, I'll say the where can I find Father Garin? Good. May you have good fortune in your adventures. Goodbye. Later, pal. This is actually a grand time for me to confirm that... Nope. He hasn't taken any of them? Let's try this again. Okay, maybe I clicked no by mistake. Excellent. Here is the the 700 for your 14 sand eyes. Gotta do the where can I find Father Garen even though I know to make sure that I say goodbye in case that other dialogue option turns down the quest, which I absolutely want to complete now. And now, everybody's inventories are freed of the Sandhowler eyes. Beautiful. Yeah, let's leave the area. Alright. Back to Tequetzal. You're back already? Thought you were off to save Athos and fulfill the prophecy. Talk to the hand, pal. In a much less grand and significant way, it just occurred to me that the saying "talk to the hand, pal" is kind of like the saying "blood is thicker than water," in that it was originally a longer phrase, and we've just kind of chopped the idiom in half. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Changes meanings completely when you say just blood is thicker than water. It sounds like you're saying family ties are stronger than water ties. But obviously what the saying actually meant was your oath, blood oaths are stronger than family relationships. Because the water in question is amniotic fluid. And then we have talk to the hand, because the face don't want to hear it anymore. Maybe that's just a case of realizing the first clause here actually implies the second one. It's not really changing the meaning to trim it down. I'm here to deliver a bag of pith to you. Oh, and he says, welcome, James. How can I help you? Oh, wonderful. I've been waiting for it. Linara, a friend in Gedron, desperately needs the extract I make with the pith. Will you help me get it to her? Linara, a friend in Gedron? Well, yes. Be glad to. Thank you. The extract is made by mixing the pith with the concoctions by the wall. When you are done, you can take the extract to Linara. She is a colleague in Gedron, a village northwest of here. I would ask your advice, Father. Of course. I'm at your service. What do you want to talk to me about? I was hoping you had more precise directions to Gedron. At the same time, because of the map structure, you can tell, because every screen is really big, probably the world doesn't consist of that many screens, the overall world map. And then because of the size and the scale and scope of the world maps, they don't have that many exits on any one of them. So figuring out how to go northwest from here and find something probably isn't that hard. Let's change the subject. Goodbye. Health and long life to you, friend. Goodbye. We are the Pith Masters. Okay, so I need to use the Pith just on the machines? Is that what he told me? I'm saving in case I'm supposed to somehow get more detailed instructions. You're on point. Working with the delicate machinery, Susan Strong. Nope. Okay. Can I just use the machinery? Wait. It's not even using the machinery. It's mixing these two things? Or am I over-interpreting this? Possible. Feels like that did something? I don't understand why Father Garen isn't doing that part himself. Let me go through the I'm here with the pith. I'd be glad to. Mix the pith with the concoctions by the wall. When you're done, take the extract. Okay, so there are more concoctions, perhaps. Oh, here we are. Maybe? Yep. Okay. I was underthinking it. I was not thinking about it to the correct level, but there we go. We've got some pith. We're not just going to rob good Father Garen. Okay. Let's deliver the extract to his friend, a colleague to the northwest, which will also get us on the task of finding the village. Okay, I'm gonna take a brief intermission. I got time. For context, Daniel, not that there's ever a good time for these kind of things that have been happening lately over here in Dream Street, but there can be worse times, and certainly Danielle having to leave today for a work conference was not optimal. So I'm here. It's just me and Abra. Wow. And so I gotta go check on her, and then I'll be back and play for a little bit longer. Danielle's mother is very kindly going to bring me a pizza for supper, so I got time before she does that. But I gotta go eat the pizza and stuff when she does get here. Hang tight, gang. We'll get questing when I'm back. And we're back. All right. The last leg of our journey today, although how long and how far down the leg we'll go will depend, is to seek out the village of Gidron and actually start. Yes, Tim. Actually start the quest. So, a rumor about Gidron is that it is a village to the northwest. We also have rumors about a village purely to the west. And I think probably we want to start by going west and not northeast. But there's only one way to find it. Right. You know, I guess there's, yeah, you could just, you know, ruin the game for yourself. Just go look up a walkthrough so that you don't have to explore the RPG you're playing. But in terms of within the boundaries of the game, there's only one way to find out what's where. It's to explore. Being attacked by the very sand itself. Oh, bullets. Okay, so these are like sand sharks. These are big, scary things. They are both level 9, significantly higher level than us. There's only 2 of them. Can I get away from them without being attacked? Yes, because I think we've determined there are guard attacks, but not opportunity attacks in this game. I hope the bullets have sensitive egos. I should have rested. I guess I only did 1 combat. It's okay. Good. But yeah, really should have rested. Susan Strong's already kind of beat up. Good hit on the bullet, though. Very good. Sir Waffle. Given that they're level 9s, and we've never fought them before, and obviously this is a game of challenging combats that will kill you at any point, I'm going to use a level 2 spell. Acid Arrow has turned out to be pretty sweet when I've used it so far, because it does damage on the hit, but then the enemy is coated in the acid and they keep taking the damage. There's a continuous damage aspect. Hits real hard. So a lot depends. Do we get... Oh, even for enemies we haven't killed, we get a health meter. Which, you know, isn't the most D&D thing. I guess it simulates the D&D experience of you are also a dungeon master, and so you just look up the stats in the monster manual. But if it's already taken that much damage, that's a good sign. Is one of these still in can't attack mode? No. Perhaps I shall actually focus on doing some damage. Can I... Now, as soon as I did that, I was like, these things are probably projectile immune. Missing once doesn't necessarily prove that, but seems plausible that they are projectile immune since they are... Oh, Finnan. Oh, Susan Strong. Oh, Waffle Syrup. Okay. Well, we really did do pretty good against one of them. Out of curiosity, how many of us are dead? More than 0. We have not met, as far as I'm aware, anyone who could do resurrections for us. So this is equivalent to a defeat. Well, we're the Pith Masters. And a true Pith Master gives it another shot. Okay, so I didn't actually master the Pith before I made that save, and I didn't save after mastering the Pith. But that's okay. Because we know how to do it, it's not going to take long. There. It's certainly not... I don't think there's as much going on with the items in the inventory as Ultima 7, but the... Either, I don't know if it's inspired or just contiguous, because these games came up pretty close to each other. I guess... No, Ultima 7 would be Part 1 would be a full year before this. So perhaps this did draw some inspiration for its world and how objects exist in it. But there's a pleasant range of interactions on the screen. It doesn't make that big a difference to the experience of the game. Was there some great challenge involved in me clicking on the bottle and clicking on the thing instead of Father, what's his name, just saying, here, I've made the extract? No. And yet, one thing that you like to feel when you play an RPG is a sense of like inhabiting a place and being a person in it. And the item things help with that. Okay. Can we get to the same place without being attacked by the same bullets? Yes. We're going to be attacked by wimpier but scarier looking enemies. They remind me of the nightmare pigs in Bloodborne. Just by being covered with weird eyes. Just get to work on them and do good. Is that... Because it went pretty well for us last time. I don't know. Ego whip this dude. Oh yeah, they get... It's probably 2 claws and a bite attack. Hey, did they paralyze our guy? Nope. Hate the barking. Love the dying of my foes. It's kind of like in Battletoads versus Double Dragon. I do like the comedic idea of taking the Battletoads attack animation style and applying it to the realistic Double Dragon enemies. And probably the funniest visual version of those is the attack on the Lindas, where either the Double Dragons or the Battletoads grab them by the hair and smash them like Bam Bam. And yet, the neck-cracking sound effect during the hair pull in the NES version of Battletoads vs. Double Dragon, or Battletoads and Double Dragon, whew, ruins the fun. Makes it too real, which is a testament to Rare's technical mastery, because that's on the NES. They made that soundtrack. They made a sound effect that's viscerally upsetting. That was what they're, that's what Rare's about, pushing the boundaries of technology. Oh yeah, I'm in a new place. I set off like, oh man, what are these freak things? Shrines. I've heard of these in a monster manual at some point in my life. Level 6. Oh, well they're coming this way. It's on. Is it? Oh no, there's an environmental effect chugging the game to a halt. Oh dear. So, we're only level 6, which is higher level than all of us, but the real upsetting, they seem to travel in packs. We have a little bit, we have distance from them, some of them, which is good, and we have some environmental obstacles we can hopefully use. Ooh, I did not mean I meant for James. I thought there was space to walk. I did not mean to do a melee attack with the Psionicist. Okay, an 11-point hit is pretty good damage. These things are looking at 30-something hit points. We can deal with that. I'll just do a magic missile with Sir Waffle. No, too risky. Gotta send Finnan around this way. Oh no, can't walk on that territory. Well, at least he has a guard up. This thing missed, which I like. 7 more damage. Alright, Finnan, what are we doing, buddy? How about a spell? But what spell? Anyone need the Curing of Light Wounds? Sir Waffle would benefit from the Curing of Light Wounds. And it worked very well. Good roll. Excellent. I'm up. Have I been struck? I have not. Alright, if you want to come over here, first, think about what a disappointment you are to your father. Snap! Caught him with the ego whip. A hit on Susan Strong. These things can shoot their spines. Seems like the kind of ability they should have. Susan Strong is not in great shape. And she missed, which is not great. Let's see how these things are with the projectile defense. Wait, I don't know if it matters. It doesn't matter in the sense, there, I can step away. I was about to say it doesn't matter in the sense that I'm stuck in melee range. I'm pretty sure I want to be out of melee range before I take a shot. 4 damage, it's more than nothing. They're not all jumping into the fight, which seems promising. And one of them's almost down. Now it's exceptionally down, having been pummeled by Susan Strong for much, much more than its remaining hit point value. I'm just gonna... can't cast. Is he taking a hit? Ooh, didn't see what damage Finnan took up there. Because even though obviously they know how to center the camera, because we have the center on leader option, they don't do much camera centering during the combat. Okay, that one should be almost dead. Okay. Susan, help Sir Waffle because I'm blocking him in. So I'm going to have to retreat a little, and Finnan will retreat. We'll create a bottleneck here. If he's not just eaten by the strines. Nope. Okay. Great. Crack that ego whip. Alright, Finnan. Get back. Stay there. Right, the bottleneck idea. And you can cast. Cure yourself. Could have done with more than a 5. I think this game has enough spell casting levels that we will, like, in terms of the spells, I think we can eventually develop to have cure medium or moderate or serious or whatever it's called wounds. The next step up. Alright. These things aren't, even though, like, in one sense, they're obviously very aggressive. They've surrounded us and are attacking us. Finnan is going to guard. They're not that aggressive in the sense that they're not taking advantage of their numbers to really overwhelm us. I say just as Sir Waffle drops. And Our Lady misses. Alright. Screw it, Finnan. Get down here and see if we can take out this one that was almost dead. It's still gonna keep kicking. Barely. Alright. Susan, you actually need to start on this one. I'll try to finish the one that's nearly dead off. Not great. Not great. Okay, come on, Finnan. Another one down. Too bad their morale doesn't break like Pool of Radiance. Or perhaps it shall. I guess I don't know that. Is this a good time to get Sir Waffle up on his feet? Maybe an acid arrow is in order here. And a retreat to a resting place. Not sure if it hit that one because I didn't move the camera enough. Yeah. To whatever extent it's hitting, when we're getting swarmed, it can't hurt. Boom. Can't hurt to be ego whipping. It cannot hurt to have enemies that are incapable of raising a fist to you. Oh, I really was hoping. We have yet to find any tea. Or any non-water beverage of any kind. But the opportunity for some kind of fruit juice exists. So we had some tea leaves, even like a tasty fruit blend tea. Lots of fruit. Lots of fruit. Not a lot of water, but there is water. Okay. Are all the rest of these? Oh, good. That one's almost done. You know what, Sir Waffle? Can't cast. Okay. Better step back and just guard for the moment. And we'll figure out what we're doing with Sir Waffle. As combat evolves, brave little Finnan just staying in this thing's face and fighting. Can James get a kill with the bow and arrow? Alright. Instead of making them random, I will make them upon leaving any village we find. Yeah, because we're looking everywhere. There's no tea. Someone's got to spill the tea. How are we looking with these? None of them have the can't attack curse because it just hasn't worked out. But that's okay. Can I cast this time around? Oh, I've just used up all my slots. Here's a good time for an acid arrow, though, so. Ooh. Would have loved for that attack not to hit from the guard attack from the Strine. But Susan Strong pummeled it, so if she gets a good hit here, she's probably killing it. Heck yeah. Another one's coming for her. She's in rough shape. I could heal her with my weak metabolic ability. Ah, I took a hit. I gotta try to contribute to the cause of damage. These things look tough. Like they'd be tough to pierce with an arrow. I think I'm out of spell slots. No. Another acid arrow couldn't hurt. Do we get them? Yep, this one's acided. This one didn't get acided, but still, it's going well. I think we'll manage to hold it. Hey, 1 damage. It's not nothing. Not sure what to do with Sir Waffle. You know what? These things are called Strines. And if I remember correctly, they are just like, they look like, you know, mashing a dinosaur and a porcupine together. I think I've read about these in D&D, and I think that's basically it. Like their ranged attack that they're doing, they're not casting a spell on us. Okay, tell me Susan Strong's not dead. Good. Be even better if she wasn't even down, but we can get her up. Has Finnan taken a hit? He hasn't. Finnan, you can tell he feels the fighter druid tension within himself because he's casting Cure Light Wounds while directly engaged in melee combat. Oh, here's if there was ever a time to crack the ego whip. Well, it didn't work, obviously. The thing immediately retaliated. We did it. Susan Strong leveled up, which could but doesn't necessarily mean more spell slots. We have to survive. I think there's a resting spot with the jerk guy right at the entrance to the waste, which we're pretty close to, as long as we don't get attacked by some monster. Well, that fills me with dread. Here's just Lausa. All right, we're making for the village. Not now, boys. We're fleeing. We'll come back. We'll see if it gets any safer. I don't know. This is perilous. I'm all in. I haven't saved. I'm letting her ride. Sometimes you just like, you know, sometimes you gotta keep an eye on keeping your saves up to date because you don't want to repeat a bunch of shit. Sometimes though, it's just time to go for it. It's time to put it on the line. Remember what it is to feel truly alive. Yeah, here we are. We can rest. Boom, 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 boom. all set up. Instantaneous level ups. Not even just not needing to rest, not needing a trainer, but like not even needing to rest. But can't enjoy the level up until you've improved the character. She's a level 6 cleric. That's the level cap for clerics in Pool of Radiance. So she should have 3rd level spells. Yep. But not level 4. But level 4 should be coming. I can't see why they... I don't think it'll come until level 8. But I don't see why they would let the cleric go past level 6 if they weren't going to give us more spells. So perhaps we'll get Cure Serious Wounds. Magical Vestments. Sounds like an armor thing. Yeah. Give someone AC 5. Is that an improvement for any of our characters? AC 4, nope. Oh, she can cast on herself to get 1 AC bonus. We're still in 2nd edition D&D rules here, so... Should I talk to that guy, see if he has new dialogue? Yes, this is a role-playing game. Egress. Hey, you. If you're smart, you'll ignore what that scroll says. Get on with your lives. At least what time you have left in them. I gotta go now. Goodbye. See, you got nothing new to say. You're a boring jerk. Guess what, pal? I'm saving the world. Or at least this corner of the world. Oh, neat. Would have been fun to discover that by, walking around and not being tempted by the overly generous minimap. Or to discover it by having the minimap fill out as you explore, but it's okay. Looks like the place looked largely empty, but I think for the randomly respawning encounters, they can just spawn, right? Here's the northern exit. Wait, there are some dots. Okay, let's feel out this area and then look for Gedron. Hopefully to the north, because yeah, this looked like another pacey person, like Lhasa. You dragged me from my contemplations. What are you up to accomplish? I'm James! Do not fill my head with useless information. I must focus my mind on the path. Who are you? A man losing his concentration. Yet long ago, I had a name and position, but I have dismissed them from my mind. I hope that language goes next, so travelers won't disturb me. Maybe they're original. Maybe SSI made them up. Maybe I've never heard of them. And just because they feel kind of intuitive, especially because I just bought a Bulette and they kind of look like, if you've ever seen a Bulette, not in the way they display them in this, where it's just a fin. Kind of that little stocky guy. Maybe that's it. Weird. If they're just making up their own monsters, it's kind of weird when you think that in Pool of Radiance, TSR wanted them to be so faithful to the D&D rules that they made us, you can recall me having to memorize every spell and rest again for the healing. It's super tedious. But they were okay. Yeah, just make up a shrine. Whatever. What are you doing? I am, or rather, was, following the path. You are disturbing great things. What is the path? The ancients carved symbols of power into the earth at points of mystical energy, following and focusing on one such as this path leads to enlightenment. Enlightenment? Enlightenment grows in stages. It is the gaining of true experience. This path is one of the easiest towards it. I just gotta check my messages here because I hear them coming in, like I said. People taking the time to... Yeah. Danielle's brother. I'll read his words when I get a chance, but condolences type things. He's a real good guy. I have to say that because he's, probably my future brother. I'm not publicly broadcasting this, but he's a good guy. Enlightenment grows in stages. It is the gaining of true experience. This path is one of the easiest towards it. Do you mean this sort of circular path that you're just pacing on? And hold on, you're enlightened, but you've got your name? You made me remember that I was once Maris, instructor at the Psionic Institute at Draj. I refuse to recall more. You're setting back my enlightenment. Okay, so he's here to seek enlightenment. Can I gain enlightenment? With a cluttered mind like yours, it is possible. To reach the first stage, simply follow along the path with me 3 times. After that, it requires some patience and concentration. Must I forget my name, though? Your name binds you to the physical universe. You would do well to discard such memories. Follow me if you wish, I do not care. Your existence is already fading from my mind. So this guy is the kind of jerk. James's body relaxes, tensions fade. Oh, tensions fade. We got monsters coming along. Oh, sorry. Problems of James's world disappear. Do they though? Because they're right there. But this is cool. You know I love rituals that you actually do in games. Colors and shapes take on personalities in a strange world of breadth and depth. A single transcendental truth begins to coalesce in James's mind. Do we think this is building to a psionic boost, or do we think it's building to a punchline? Or a third thing? Oh, just a bunch of experience. The truth materializes in James's consciousness, and he gains some enlightenment. James receives 500 experience points. And I think it feels very me and a group of my friends. If I'm the one who's into it, and the rest of them are all like, all right, can we keep going? You're seriously going to walk in this jerk circle? I'm like, holy shit, I feel I've got a single pure thought in my mind for the first time ever, just one. They're like, all right, great. We're very proud of you. We support your ADHD journey. Can we get going? I'm like, you want to walk the circle though? We don't want to walk the circle. Please let it go. I'm like, I'm just gonna do a couple more laps, see if I can get like double enlightened. And Susan Strong just kind of picks me up, slings me over her shoulder, and we're on the way. All right, let's keep looking to the north. We went west. Now if we go north, are we heading in the direction of a village? We might just be at the village, given that the world map is built out of big chunks. This music suggests town. What do we see? Oh yeah. That's gotta be like a real tribal. They're not building houses out here, it doesn't look like. And then we have these. I wish we get some flavor text descriptions of things that aren't like engine related. Like you can't do anything, but like some of these crystals look kind of interesting. No one is allowed here. State your business or leave immediately. Hold on. Who's in charge here? Takan, a Templar of Draj. What business do you have with him? Goodbye! Hold it. You're not going anywhere yet. Why are you here? I am wandering the wastes. This is not a village. This is a training group of our enemies, and there's a lot of them. Wandering the wastes. Well then, wander away, or there's going to be trouble. Fine, I'm leaving. Stop! What do you mean, stop? Screw you, buddy. You told me to leave. I'm not stopping for you. Do you wish to leave this area? Like you wouldn't believe. I hate this area. I want to go back for a moment to see, have I fouled this area? Are the Templars hunting me here now? Have I given up the opportunity to either bluff or actually have a message for them? Yes, they are coming for me. There is a northern exit. Oh no. Gotta remember that the map is also a where will the camera look next? Are they actually coming for me? No. They've frozen. They're not aggroed. At least until they see me. And ultimately, I mean, like I said, I'm a goody-goody role player. But the Templar is pretty bad dudes, so if we just wind up having to kill them, we don't get to do a diplomatic quest with them or a stealth operation where we trick them. My heart will go on. I can live with just killing these dudes. Here I don't mind, I don't even feel like I'm abusing the minimap because the character should be able to see all the stuff on the minimap. I'm the druid of the steaming waters. Thank the spirits you're here. I need help getting rid of a defiler who set up camp in my oasis. How can I help? Like killing the defiler? The defiler and his men are on the southwest side of the oasis. He can only use his dark powers by draining the life force from the oasis. If he isn't stopped soon, I'm afraid the oasis will be lost. You must get rid of him. But why can't you get rid of him? I'm not saying I won't do it. I've just recently taken over care of this oasis, and I'm not powerful enough to summon more than a puddle from it. The defiler would beat me in an instant. Okay, I'll help. Thank you. When I'm more powerful, I'll return the favor. Come see me when he's gone. I'll give you the location of some treasure. I want you to come with me. Maybe as a team we'll do even better? Okay, I'll come with you. Like I said, the oasis is to the southwest. Are you going to show the way or follow? Okay, if we look at the map. So the defiler who has set up camp is part of the whole Templar camp. We've signed up for quite a job here. Let's start a new save and get a sense of if we're even in the ballpark of doing this. Getting the feeling now we're not going to find Gedron today. But that's alright. Okay. Here, again, we're in the open desert. Looking ahead, seeing where we're coming in on. They're having some graphical issues with some of these crystal clusters. With the tiles. It's over here, isn't it? Further to the west? Yep, there it is. I'm inclined to guess that the defiler himself will be up near the top. But in this case, the open air, we have the advantage of actually seeing this. It's got to be this dude, right? Too far away. Alright, perhaps I spoke at a turn when I said we should be able to see all this stuff. Okay. If we just head to the west, hopefully we can engage with these ones and these ones don't immediately join the fray. Obviously this guy is a preserver himself. Oh, these ones don't even attack. So like I said, feels like this is our defiler. Nope, it's just a guard. Okay. Well, I mean, listen, we'll kill the guards if we have to. But until we have... Oh, no, because he said the defiler is beyond the Oasis. That's why I used the Beyond Oasis reference in my save file. No one is allowed here. Just passing through. Very well. Be on your way and do not go near the Oasis. This is your warning. Yep. Not gonna go near the Oasis. Just gonna kill your leader and get on with our day. That is a really cool looking tree. I'd love to get some flavor text of what's going on with that weird tree. Where's the friggin' defiler? Where is this guy? He probably just has the same sprite. Maybe he doesn't. Oh, no he doesn't. There he is. Of course, it's quite well defended. Perhaps we do want to start. Start by killing these guys so we don't get pincered. You know what? Let's try one and see if... What's the restrictions on the engagement here? And also, if I can get into arrow range, can we open the battle with a hit on the defiler from long range with my bow? Just one on the wastes. I'm leaving. He says stop. All right, it's on. I don't think this is going to go our way. But that's a nice opening on the defiler. Oh, well, okay, he's called the troop leader. Maybe the defiler's not even involved here. The guards are all level 3, which is not super powerful. Another great loop. Because of the Behelit song from the Berserk 1997 anime soundtrack, I'm a big believer in sort of fluty sounds for battle music. We're leaving it behind. This isn't a loop. Oh. I'll deal with the volume issue. And I gotta take a brief intermission. Danielle's calling. Hang tight, gang. Okay, and we're back. So, like I said, looks like we're not going to... Have I achieved not being drowned out, David? We're probably not going to find the village unless this wraps up quickly somehow and the village is one screen to the north of here. We might not find Gedron today, so perhaps this is our big climax. Excellent. Okay, so we got lots of dudes to kill here. And if I'm interpreting this all correctly, and so the defiler we're concerned about is related to the whole Drajian camp here. Consider it solicited, because I very much appreciate it. The advice. Okay. The troop leader is what level? Level 7. But he's also... I got him good to get us started here. So let's just take him down quick with a magic missile. Whoops. I'm not going to waste... Probably won't take him down, but, you know, wear him down. Oh, never mind. Killed him dead. Boom. All right. Be nice if this, I don't think they have any kind of morale set system in this game, as far as I can tell. Pool of Radiance said the pretty simple, at a certain reduction in the overall pool of hit points of your enemies, most monsters, their will break and they'll flee. And then, what am I going to do? I don't feel super threatened by any particular guard, so I guess I'm going to see if I can get a detonate. Probably won't hit all of these guys, but what if it did? Power check fails. I'm not an impressive psionicist, but maybe next time I gain a psionic level I'll get better. Alright. Finnan. Let's picture Finnan. Finnan like rides on Susan Strong's shoulder. So his first act in every battle, most battles, is to hop down, reveal himself. Is this a good time for a bless, I wonder? Be hard to put the bless down maybe without blessing him by mistake, if that actually happens. The targeting reticule makes it seem like it might. I'm gonna send Finnan after this poor bastard. You don't want to be the full-sized human adult man in armor who sees this little halfling coming at him. Susan Strong, high AC, great big target. But generally, although there's a lot of these guys, they're pitiful level 3s. They don't have good attack rolls or damage. This is just like the mass combats in Pool of Radiance in that sense. That it's very much the numbers. And so tactics will be very important. Huh. I was expecting that guy to drop between Susan's hit on him. Go forward, Susan. Our guy is not had a turn yet. Is he just never going to act? Is he going to be like Lausa, NPC that doesn't join combat when it's happening right in front of him? Well, I'm a much better archer than these guys. It's an ego boost for all the psionic power checks I fail. Take the small victories. Oh, Sir Waffle. Oh, you poor man. Okay. Okay. Can Finnan, as much as we'd love to have him fighting, yes, he can cast. Okay. Only Sir Waffle is in peril, and he remains so. I feel like any hit on that guy is the end. So hopefully Susan can hit him and still have her attack for the other one. Ah, she missed, but at least she got to try. This guy, he's not looking good. And yet, this is the kind of big fight, even though we're down to pitiful guards. We're probably resting after this. Can Sir Waffle cast right now? Yes. I wish Stinking Cloud had more utility in this game. Enemies don't have a very hard time just walking out of it, doesn't seem. Let's, yeah. Let's dissolve this guy. Oh, I don't think the acid took. Oh, no it did. Okay. Finnan. Get in there. I think he can get over and assist Susan in this turn. Yes, he can. And the two of them both get 2 attacks, and they make them count. How much my hits count is wildly variable. Sir Waffle's usually a little bit better of a fighter than he's being right now. We're going to provide some range relief, tie up some of the archers, reduce the number of shots that Sir Waffle can possibly take. Not thrilled that our guy's not doing anything to help. Ooh, Sir Waffle's in trouble. Susan's hanging in. Alright. Definition of insanity. Let's see if detonate will be good this time. 6. And it never... there doesn't seem to be any area of effect on that I've managed to initiate so far. Is Sir Waffle in a casting place? Can he cast right now? He can. Let's just... it doesn't make any sense that I can magic missile this guy from here, but let's just get this over with. There. Yes, that's what we want to see Susan Strong doing. Just clubbering a dude down in one shot. And that's what we want to see James the Avatar doing. Using his bow effectively. Okay, you know what? I'm tempted to put a Stinking Cloud and just... because that'll suppress the ranged attacks until they move. He can't cast. Or can he? He can. No. I can't give up hope of Stinking Cloud being much better than it's actually been so far. And then the two of these two have one dude left. I should probably single team him. My concern, of course, being Finnan getting taken out. But maybe I'll have Susan Strong Cure Light Wounds on him. That's more like it. I don't know if it's just working better on them for some reason. Ah, Susan has taken a hit. She's spell locked. Okay. Be brave, Finnan. We'll give you archer support. But Susan's coming up here. In this direction. Doesn't, like, you know they made that, the half giant is slower because they're big and so they're slow. But, like, much taller. In theory, they should have good movement, but it's fine. I'll forgive it. This is a cool game. Alright. Yes, these guys, I don't know if they're just locked in some way that they're not walking out of it, because enemies were just walking out of my Stinking Clouds. palpable hit. You just guard, Sir Waffle. I think you've really made your contribution to this fight. There, yeah, see? They can just walk out. They don't always. Oh no! Bad. Bad, bad. Okay. But it's not hopeless. But losing track of how many people we had to kill is not great. Control body. Control another person's body, they get a -6 to their combat rolls, though. Let's see. Did we get him? I'm not sure. But I will work on avenging Finnan. Is this guy... Doesn't seem to be controlled. So let's say we just beat him to death. With mind bullets. No. Even brave Sir Waffle can fail his checks. Ooh, man, we're in rough shape. But I don't believe Sir Waffle would have died. Nope. We got 2 people down, which is not good. And Susan Strong's almost down, which is not good. Be helpful if this guy was doing anything at all. But that is what it is. Can't cast. So cast the spell of break dude's face. She rolled well on that, at least. So if I get Finnan up, there's a real chance of him being quickly killed by this dude. So let me see if I can kill this dude. And then we'll try to get our guy up on his feet. Because if he can retreat, we can regroup. She's not moving slow because she's low on hit points, but it's an effective thing. It's just the cool tree animation is messing with her. Oh, Susan Strong got stink clouded. Okay, but she can just step right out and be fine. So step that way. And do you have the ability to cast right now? You don't. I just established that. So guard. Nope. Okay. It's just me. I'm gravely outnumbered, but I do have a psionic that I can use to raise my friends. I'll start with Finnan, who I think has the best chance of both getting out of range, not being swarmed immediately, and of being able to cast and keep the healing going. I failed to check. I need the ballistic shield up. Inertial barrier, but what do I do? What do I do? I'm gonna try this once again. We got him up, sort of. No, because he can be shot before he gets up. We've been killed. Okay. With a slightly better understanding of that fight, we're gonna crush this. So, the heart wants what it wants, and I really like looping around and just, taking the leader out really quickly at the start. Especially if that troop leader is also a defiler mage. Then there's like a method to the madness of taking him out first and being in that area. But then we just got to remember that the enemy group is very big. And there's going to be more of them coming. And this guy's not going to help, so I don't know why I'm waiting for him. Or why I'm dragging him into this. No. I will not state my business. Goodbye. Hold it, you're not going anywhere. The druid of the steaming waters sent me, though. That druid's been hounding us since we got here. If you serve him, you need to die. Or is it that because I serve him, you need to die? Not as good of an opening salvo, but here we are. Same setup as last time, but we're not going to go to them. We are going to cluster back as we go. We just want to take this guy out first. Since we didn't get as good of a hit on him, let's make this count. Let's make the acid arrow count. Use it on the leader. 6 damage. Okay, how are we doing on him? Real good. I think the acid should take care of him unless he does a saving throw against it. Finnan pops out. And we've actually got the distance necessary. This is a real good time to throw down a bless. Or should I throw a curse down? How many guys can I get in a curse? They're too spread out. Or would it be good to curse 5 dudes? Not better than blessing all of us for the whole battle. Alright. So actually, some ego whipping might be just the thing here. For now, it seems cruel and funny. No, I won't ego whip the troop leader because I could just kill the troop leader with a single shot right now. So let's take a guy who's got point on us with his archery and just mess him up. We'll move down like this. Hell yes. Ooh, big hits on me. I gotta fall back and inertial barrierize myself. Okay. First, Susan Strong. Can she cure light wounds me? She can, but she shouldn't. She's too valuable as a puncher of men right now. Happy to help, David. Ha! The acid worked. You love to kill an enemy with passive damage. I don't know if that's a universal trait of RPG players, but it feels like it should be to me. Alright, falling back and barrierizing myself if it works, which it often doesn't. It worked. That should help protect me from their attacks. Do I want to stinking cloud these guys? No. For now, let's just good old magic missile to take out a guy for certain and free up Susan Strong to go and club some other dudes. Haha! I like that it shows me when it's just, they just missed you. Don't get too excited about your psionics. That guy just had bad aim. Or it'll show you the flash to be like, hey, good thing you put that inertial barrier up. Aren't you glad we added psionics in the Dark Sun system? Okay. Should... Oh, Finnan can't cast because he has taken a small hit. So what should Finnan do? Right now. Use your sling. 1 damage. That's 1 damage. Better than no damage. Okay. That's what we like to see. Susan Strong engaging in the battle and then ending the battle. All in the same turn. Now that I'm protected by my inertial barrier, it's time to protect my friends. I gotta branch out. I have a bunch of psionics. I'll start looking at the other ones soon. Because, as I've already discovered, using the quirky ones and not just the hurt people with mind bullets ones is rewarding in this game. Alright, Finnan's coming forward. I assume... Nope. Okay, he has taken hit. He cannot cast. So let's focus on... In the shape that these two are currently in, and the state of the enemies, I think we can engage in this, and that they can actually fulfill my dream of them getting it done. Are these guys even... Yeah, because they're shooting at us. And they've hit Sir Waffle for 1 damage. Okay, let's just move the party towards this cluster. The whole party. The whole in pretty good condition party. Every adjective I added there made it feel like a bit of a better plan. We are, like, this is the tight spot. As soon as we're engaging with this cluster beyond, in addition to the ones we're actively engaged with, Susan Strong can take a lot of damage pretty quick. She's a big target for archers. But some of these guys are show-offs. They're a little more interested in hitting the little guy, who obviously can't help himself right now. Oh, he can for no reason that makes any sense to me, but I'll take it. I'm not looking this gift horse in the mouth. Okay. A stinking cloud on these guys would actually be good if Sir Waffle's got it in him. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so the exact same catastrophe from last time is happening again, but I think our positioning is more advantageous, especially because there's only 2 more guys over this way, I think. Oh, and then this whole swarm that we don't want to go for yet. So we actually want to sweep up for these guys once we take care of this guy and get up on our feet. Sucker. Can Sir Waffle cast? Because right now would be a great time to get a stinking cloud down if these dudes are in range. There. Choke on that. Excellent. Okay. They do have to make some... They're better at making the save and being able to escape than enemies were with the stinking cloud in our previous adventure, but not so much better. Okay, do you have... No. So do we still have magic missiles? Let's take them. Free hit. I was really hoping that would get him. But I appreciate these idiots who still think they can get me. We want to kill this guy. That's lovely. We want this guy dead, and then we want to... We gotta do something. Well, if I can enrich this, David, for you, we have a cluster of enemies to the east, 2 that are fairly close, like within archery range, and then a whole bunch that are out of range, but if we go to the archers to engage them with melee, they will get us. And then from the north, we've got a cluster of enemies in the reeds by the Oasis, ensconced in a stinking cloud and unable to attack right now. Finnan and Sir Waffle are down. So what I'm going to do right now, with Sir Waffle, does Sir Waffle have a healing guava on him? A starfruit. Starfruit does... Oh no, I used the starfruit by mistake when I wanted to ask what it does. I think it restores PSI points. Excellent. Okay, waste of a starfruit, but that's okay. So I'm going to crack the ego whip on these guys. Did I already do this one? No, I didn't. Crack the ego whip on them, and we're gonna get our team on their feet. But I need to be sure that they won't just be immediately put back down. Ah, damn it. Now, one of them's back on offense. They hit Sir Waffle. It's over. Perhaps I just need to bite the bullet and not do the get the troop leader first strategy. But I want that strategy to work. And the stinking cloud has gone away. So it's James the psionicist thief against a whole lot of guards coming at him from 2 directions. And I don't think I can get anybody up because I don't think they can be missed by enough arrows. Alright, so this is over. Let's play it out. You know what? This might not be over just for the very silly reason that the enemies are not internalizing my inertial barrier well. And so they keep attacking me. Oh, I can't. It turns out I can't get them up because I'm out of psionicist points. Do I have a starfruit? No, of course not. I have a guava, which is actually a cure poison thing. Lemons, I bet, are the healers? No, restore psionic strength points. Okay. This is hilarious. Oh, it wore off and I'm dead. The instant the inertial barrier wore off, the whole scheme went to hell. Alright, one more shot and I gotta wrap up. We'll try a different thing. We'll try a different approach. We'll pick off the guards around the northwest edge. Be great if this dude contributed to the battle. Alright. I want to get to the northwest edge, though. I don't mind if those guys come and join the fight, but I feel like going down and attacking them might result in that other group that we hate joining the fray too soon. So let's just shoot this guy in the back and get down to business. Why is he not flashing? Well, I am targeting him. Only 1 damage, but we got the party started. Finnan lets go of Susan Strong's hair and hops down off her back. Bless us, everyone, Finnan. Yeah, the bless can't even target our NPC. He's not that kind of NPC companion. Okay, these guys are coming, but I think we'll be okay with this. These guys can just watch Susan lumber towards them. Feel the seconds of your life ticking away, buddy. Did she make it to attack? She did 1 hit. We'd prefer 2 hits, of course, but hey, it's not nothing. I learned an important lesson. The inertial barrier is extremely valuable for the psionicist, so I'll throw it up. When you're in a fight with a ton of dudes who all shoot arrows, make yourself basically immune to arrows. Sir Waffle got a good hit there. And Susan Strong finished this dude off. Okay, we're taking attacks from dudes on the northeast edge of the lake and to the west edge of the lake. I think what I'm going to do is engage the approaching easternly guys, despite my previously stated concerns about drawing too many enemies in. I'm going to go this way, and we'll let the other ones rotate up around to us. I wonder if the reeds provide cover. I bet they don't. I bet we don't have that level of tactical sophistication. It'd be cool, though. Okay, Finnan is ready to start biting some ankles. Actually, no. He can't make it all the way. So... you got your sling. Gave you a sling. Can we finish this guard off with a rock? No. Maybe we could, but we didn't hit him. Well, it's like they say. Outrageous fortune comes in the form of both slings and arrows. So I'll try him with my bow. 2 1-damage hits and didn't finish him. But then he shot at me like a chump. My inertial barrier laughed it off. Okay, looks like it's only this one eastern edge guy who's engaged right now. Although the other ones might come now that we're moving into melee on him. Finnan got a good hit in. Here comes Susan Strong. 1 big hit and she finished the job, so she can still continue moving back towards the guys to the west, throwing up my guard. This is the way. Which is also actually probably the way to pick off an enemy camp surrounding an oasis. Surrounding the perimeter of an oasis is, in fact, to find the weak points in the guard, lure them out, and pick them off. 5 and 6. Damage. James just did with his bow to one of the guards. Alright, Sir Waffle. Sir Waffle's taken 1 damage. Was it this round? It wasn't. Can I get the magic missile all the way to these guys? I can. 5 damage. Very nice. And now it's James's turn again. Arrows. 1 damage. 2 shots, 1 damage. Not great. Not great output. But what can you do? Can Finnan throw a stone that far? He can. 4 damage with the stone. Ah, the eastern guy is coming. So Susan Strong might have to turn around. Pummel that jerk. Yeah, I like that idea. That this guy was like, okay, I'm coming for it. I'll shoot them in the back. And then Susan Strong slowly turns. And the fool realizes the error of his ways. Too late. Too late. Alright, Sir Waffle's kind of beat up. Maybe reeds provide cover. I'm going to just put him behind one and have him guard till such time, so we can heal him up a little. But otherwise, it looks like we have managed to concentrate the combat here. We haven't attracted too many of them, and we're doing good work. Bad bow rolls. Ooh. Alright, the reeds did not protect Sir Waffle there at all. Is Finnan currently in spellcasting capability? He is. I'm going to have him move forward a bit first. I don't want him to take hits. But when his next turn comes, I'd like him to have the option of trying to engage. He's going to come over this way and put a cure down on Sir Waffle with 7 out of 20. We're hoping for a roll of 8 here. 7. Healed him up to 14. That's not bad. He gets his turn immediately. These guys are clustered. We're actually not having bad luck with Stinking Cloud. Oh, but Sir Waffle's been hit, so he can't do it. Alright. Sir Waffle, get behind Finnan. Or beside him. Guard for now. And the two of you will advance. Melee style. Ooh. The guard to the east walked into Susan's guard. She hit him with both hits. Boom. That's his story. Just got a message from Danielle, I think. No. Gotta keep an eye out, because, like I said, she's coordinating with her mother to very kindly deliver me supper. Which I appreciate. It's great enough to have supper provided to you that I didn't say, like, you know, I gotta keep busy, and so I can make my own supper. I'll be fine, babe. I said, all right, free supper. Hell yeah. Now, can we stink a cloud upon them? We sure can. Huff it up. Assholes. Okay. They're trapped in there. We have a little bit of regrouping time, I think. Have Finnan do another Cure Light Wounds on himself this time. He's down to 18. Rolled another 7. He's up to 25. Susan has to lumber all the way from the east side of the Oasis back to the battlefield. She did not make it all the way, but she made it pretty far. Can she contribute a cleric spell right now? I don't know. Entangle. Makes plants that can slow the enemies down. We're not concerned about that, but that's a spell I should think about in another sort of, you know, like that fight with the Strines. If I got a few of them, like, it'd go even better if I had a few of them trudging through entanglement to get to me. Barkskin? Improve AC. Let's improve Finnan's AC. No, Sir Waffles. Nice. Alright, these jerks are choking in the cloud of stink. Drop a magic missile in there. We don't want to walk in and ourselves get stinked upon. Another one down. Finnan also approaches, but doesn't go in. What can he do with his sling? Nothing this round. Alright, Susan trudges forward. She's going to catch up. Catches up to the gang, but does not make it all the way to the foes. I'll just have her guard this time. Now it's James's turn. I'm going to shoot into the cloud with my arrows. 4 damage, 5 damage. 9 cumulative damage. And it's my turn again. 2 misses. So still 9 cumulative damage. Alright, Susan can't get in there yet. So what should she do? As we make our way down the side of the Oasis. I could conjure a lesser earth elemental. I think I'm just going to save it. I'll just have her guard. If one of these guys gets out of the stinking cloud, we could get another funny situation where he just runs up and lets himself get killed. Finnan misses with the thing. I'm going to save Sir Waffle's spell slots, so he'll just step forward and also guard in case these guys get out of the cloud. One of them shooting out of the cloud. He waved it off. He cleared his nasal passages. He got decongested or whatever. Okay. Move forward. Continue to guard. Stay out of the cloud. That's the plan for now. With the slowdown, which is happening right now due to too many animations on the screen, it really gives Finnan, despite his small size, a real lumberiness to his movements. 3 damage from Finnan shooting into the cloud with the sling. The cloud's persisting. We're ready. Okay, there goes the cloud. We're ready to drop in now and just really mess these guys up while they're going, oh, that cloud sucked. Here goes Susan. 16, 14. He's done. Thanks for playing. Sir Waffle's going to go around so he can attack the one who has already been receiving ranged attacks. He missed, but he tried. Finnan comes for the other guy. 8. Sir Waffle gets another chance for redemption. 7 damage, 11 damage, redeemed. That dude's dead. Only 1 guard left here. Finnan's about to hit him for 14, and then it's Susan's turn. So, thanks for playing, pal. Alright, what's next? Screen scrolls very slow with the slowdown. But yeah, now we're going down towards the leader, except all the guys who've been peppering us from the side the whole time we've been fighting them are gone. None of the other enemies seem aggroed, but we're still in the combat engine. A little frustrating. But it shouldn't take too long for us to get down there. Because if none of the rest of them are engaged yet, then it's just our turn every time. Okay, here they come. They're engaging now. So the one thing we're missing here from before is the opportunity to really get the drop on the troop leader. And yet, I think we're still in a pretty good position for getting the drop on him. Finnan's coming up. We're all clustered around a cool tree right now. Alright. They're far away at the moment. Only one of them's targeting us. I'm going to send Susan to the other side of the tree over to the west. In the hopes that we get far enough out of their archery range to inspire some of them to move towards us. One of them did, but he did stop and use his bow and arrow. 2 hits on Susan. I don't love it, but we're ready to engage. I'm a long way from the troop leader, so I'm going to shoot the guard on the front line. Aesthetically, I like the battle strategy of pop in, gank the leader, and then fight the mob. Feels like more of a statement. But we have to survive the battle, and this seems to be a more viable strategy for that aspect of the game. Throw her guard up. Okay, we got lucky. 2 sets of archers missed her in a row, Susan Strong. Because she's really exposed herself right now. Not in that way. Want to save the acid arrow for the enemy. So, let's see what Sir Waffle can just do with his ballistic attack. Probably not much, if anything. 2 damage. Ooh, and then he took 8 right back. That's not a good trade. Come back a bit, Sir Waffle, and guard. I'll come forward. I'd rather be the archery target than Sir Waffle. That's fair. That's fair, Cedric. Alright, the Defiler actually got to act, which we don't love. And he hit Susan for some damage, but not a ton. And he did it with an area of effect bolt spell that also messed up his guard, who I bet Susan can now finish off. Of course, because she can finish off a guy from full. Boom. Killed. You'll love it. Finnan charges south at the most isolated guard. He comes up just a little short, but I don't think he's taken a hit. So he's got casting. We can do a Cure Light Wounds on Sir Waffle, who's currently at 5 out of 20. Oh, rolled a 2. He's at 7 out of 20. Would have loved more than that, but okay, here we go. Finnan attacks a guard, 10 and a 7. Alright, Susan Strong took another 11 from the Defiler, but on the next James' turn, I'll get in there. Actually, it's Sir Waffle's turn. Sir Waffle also needs to get in there with the acid arrow. Am I in range right now? I've used most of his move, but not all of it. I can hit him from here. Blasting it. 6 damage, and presumably he's acid coated. Alright, Susan, come down and help Finnan. We're gonna try to shape the battlefield. 13 damage, and she takes him down. Does Susan have a healing anything? Grapes. Grapes are the healing. No, they're not. They neutralize poison. Okay. Maybe someday we'll find a pure healing item, or perhaps I already have one. I'm just looking in the wrong pockets. But for now, Susan, did you take damage recently? Yes, she can't cast. These guys are not undead. She needs to just move towards them. It's risky because she's hurt. Alright, here comes James. Ready, the bow and arrow. Gotta get close enough to hit the Defiler, but I believe I'll be able to. Yep. 2 misses. And my inertial barrier is worn off. I took 12 damage from the archer shots just now. They're raining on Susan Strong. It's a catastrophe. This was going so well. It's alright. We're still in it. I should put the inertial barrier back up, but I want to hit this jerk. And obviously I can't. I took too much damage to psionicize. 7-4. He's dead. Susan Strong is down to 5. She almost certainly cannot cast. So, she should try to kill one guy, and we're going to try to heal her with Finnan. 14, 18, he dead. Sir Waffle comes forward. He's at 7 out of 20. He is out of spells, but he's not out of psionics. So we'll see what I can do with the ballistic attack right now as we approach. 2 damage, more than 0. Alright, Finnan approaches to draw some fire, hopefully, and so he's ready to get in the fight. But first, Cure Light Wounds. Susan Strong has 5 out of 68. She has 9 out of 68. It's not nothing. 6 archery attacks, and not much damage to us at all. And especially not to the ones who are almost down, so that's good. Did 10 damage with James's archery. Finnan's ready to engage. I'm going to send him after another guy. He did 9 damage with a single hit. Does Sir Waffle have magic missiles left? No. No. He's truly and purely out of magic. So let me keep just chipping with the ballistic attack for now. 6 damage. That's a good one. I like that. This guy must be almost dead. He's almost dead. I bet Susan gets him in 1 punch. She missed one of her punches. The second one did kill the guy. So yes, she got him 1 punch. Now she's down. That's bad. That's considered quite bad. However, there's only 4 of them left in the current cluster. There's another cluster of 5, but it's far enough away that I think we can kill the 4 without bringing the rest of them. I believe we can win this. Sir Waffle took damage, so he can't cast. What can Sir Waffle do in this kind of situation? I guess he just comes forward and we pray that he doesn't get killed before he can land a hit. I think I've taken no hits, so I'll use my metabolic gimmick, which I can just barely do because I'm out of psionicist points. Just don't fail the check. I got her up. It's only 2. She was immediately shot. She's staying down. That's how it goes. Here comes the message. Is it about my supper? Okay, I'm getting 5 minutes notice for my supper arriving. So, the right thing to do is to accept that the battle is over, or can we save in the middle of a battle? I almost don't want to know if that's a thing. Okay. A Cure Light Wounds Susan. She only got 1 hit point. Someone shot at her while she's down, but she didn't get hit. We're still alive. I guess what I'm doing is I'm going to grab my supper. and not eat it just yet. And be right back. So, brief intermission here. I got to run down through my maze of a building to the front door, and I'll be right back with you, gang. Well, not right back, but back soon. Hang tight. Alright, that was longer than I thought it would be. Perhaps I'll, well, you'll know if I did or didn't, YouTube viewers on demand. But perhaps I'll actually use the editor tool and just cut that one out. Also, the elevator's fucked up. So I ran a lot of stairs to get back here. But that's good. I could use more cardio. Okay. That pizza's down there. I want to eat that delicious pizza. So let's see what we can do here. Finnan's in good shape. We have 4 guards in front of us. Susan, if she can get up, I think can get back in it. She has hit points, but like 2 of them, she's down on her face. Let's see. Finnan's right up in the guard's face, so he's going to attack. 13, 14, dead. Finnan takes 9 damage, which is not great, but we can live with it. Don't love it for him. He's down to 14. We're in tough shape. 2 hit points for me. 14 for Finnan. 1 for Susan. 5 for Sir Waffle. But like I said, there's only 3 guards there. Cleric, heal thyself. Down to level 1. Cure light wounds on yourself. Come on, Susan, roll an 8. She rolled a 2. It's not what we were hoping for. Sir Waffle, who is in rough shape, and one thing we dread here is getting killed by mistake. But I'm sending him forward. 5 damage to the guard, but the guard swung back at him and did not hit. Okay. I'm coming up. I'm out of psionic points. I'm going to shoot. 8, 5, 13 total damage. Alright, Susan's back down, and I'm down from 1 archer. Finnan's still in pretty good shape. Did anyone die, though? Please don't be dead. Oh, cold. Oh, cold. Okay. This could go either way, but we could win. We could win. Finnan might be able to get Susan Strong up again, and maybe she can actually participate in the fight. No, because he's out of spell slots. Okay. What could help? Elsewhere. Hold person. Jeez. Yeah, what? No, Dust Devil. Summon a Dust Devil. Okay. We've summoned a Dust Devil, and you get to pick where it appears, so I summoned it right in between them all. They did all their attacks, at least all the ones that hit, on him. That's what we really need. Just a cheese person spell. I'm just going to click on one dude, and through some gimmick, we'll take him down. Sir Waffle did another 8 damage. That's very good. Okay, Finnan can't get anybody up, but they're not dead. So get in there, Finnan. Finnan did 11 damage with 1 hit and killed the guy. He gets to take his second attack on the other one. 11 damage. The Dust Devil just did 3. They're still attacking the Dust Devil like fools. 5 from Sir Waffle. 12 from Finnan. That one's dead. The Dust Devil moves in on the last guard, who's engaged. A little bit away from us, there's another cluster of guards, but I don't think we'll attract them from where we have to stand. Yes, we will. They're coming. The Dust Devil is gone. This is risky. Actually, Finnan is going to summon another Dust Devil over by these jerks. Keep them busy. Oh, didn't keep one of them busy. He shot Sir Waffle, but did not kill him. Finnan did 12 damage. Sir Waffle's down. Is he dead? He could be. We're gonna find out. No, he's out cold. Susan has 1 hit point, but remains out cold. That's a little frustrating. Is she recovering? Can she get up eventually of her own volition? 9 more damage from Finnan. Finnan takes 1. And then he kills the dude he was engaged with. And then... what is the plan? We've got 5 enemies. Finnan cannot fight them all. He cannot heal himself. Can I flee the combat? Hey, they didn't come. I went out of their range and they didn't take turns. Will that remain true if I guard again? Yes. Does that mean that I can end combat now and retreat? Do I have an end? Okay, will collapse party end the combat? You can't use it during combat. Okay, so getting out of combat must involve fleeing. Okay, Finnan has fled successfully, but what good is that? If I can't make the combat stop. Hold on. Perchance, this is covered in the manual, which I do have in front of me. I have to wrap up. I've got a hot pizza, which I can throw in the oven. I should have preheated the oven when I got in. Okay. Game menu. So it's just a chapter for combat? Of course not. That'd be too easy. Okay, look around page 17 maybe? Okay. Doesn't look promising. Wait, this is searchable. Find exit. Loading results. Exit menus, exit to DOS, exit any menu, exit to DOS, exits the game, exit to DOS, exit to DOS, exits the game. No more. Combat. Try once more. First, combat appears way too many times. No. I am not going to learn the secret. So possibly I just lost a battle 3 times and that was the climax today. I don't know. What items does Finnan have a healing fruit? He does. But can he feed it to Susan? You know what? I'm hopeful that he can. There's only one way to find it. Oh, no, not cast spell. Inventory. Click the pair once. Select Susan Strong, who now has 3 hit points. She is recovering. Will she just get up at some point? He can give it to her, but she can't eat it. Okay. Can he take it back from her? He can. Can he not eat it? I guess it's good actually if he eats it too, so. Yeah. Used it on himself. He only healed 3. That's still more than 0. Okay. I think right now my plan is literally waiting to see if Susan Strong just recovers at some point. She's probably not going to. What do I do? Okay. Is it possible to draw like just one of these guys? Alright, one of them's coming. I might just have to lure them out. Finnan's retreating a little bit. But if he retreats far enough, the guy stops coming. You know what, Finnan? You got so many spell slots and so many spells. There's gotta be something that can contribute. How many slots do I have? I still have 3 level 2 slots. You know what? Let's do hold person on this jerk. And if we get him held, let's put a dust devil on him. Oh, right. I get to target multiples. 1, 2. Can I reach this guy? Yeah. 3. How'd it go? Well, didn't hold that one. Is this one held? No. I got one of them, it looks like. Okay. And I took a hit, so I can't drop the Dust Devil on them. Don't love that. Okay. Retreat, Finnan. Hide underneath Susan Strong. Nope. Well, you know what? That is a way to recover a spell slot. What if this is the time for a spiritual hammer? I've unequipped my sword. Because I think... Is spiritual hammer ranged? I've got the hammer now. No, it's not. Ooh. That is a great idea, Stimpinski, because I bet I can. A 50,000 ceramic piece necklace. I must be searching the leader right now. He's got a lemon and a guava, neither of which are going to get the job done. To me, that's not promising. You know what? Finnan can take a bow and arrow. Arrows off this dead guard. Can he equip said bow and arrow? I'm playing this out hard. No. So, if he wants to fight from range, it has to be with spells or stones. Okay. What else does he... What are the level 3 cleric spells? Can I summon something even better? Lesser Earth Elemental. Okay. What else? Cure disease, cause disease, remove curse, prayer, plane protection, dispel magic, magical vestments, remove paralysis, bestow curse. Let's conjure a lesser Earth Elemental. See how that does. Oh, it's good. Not only did like 4 or 5 attacks from these jerks not do any damage to the Earth Elemental, it did 10 damage with its first attack. Let's conjure another. No, I'm only allowed to have one summon. Okay, go Finnan. Get in there and what? Use a different spell that does damage. You know what? Finnan's equipped with the spiritual hammer now. Is it any good? He might be killed trying to do this. I'm aware of that. $10 damage, 8 damage, but he took 5. Oh, the Earth Elemental finished that jerk off. Finnan is in real trouble here. 1 hit point. We killed another guard. Alright, Finnan's going back. I'm getting a call. Oh my goodness. What a mess. What a mess. Go into intermission. Hang tight, gang. Alright. Well, I think the strategy now, such as it is, first, use the Center on Leader feature to find Finnan, and then there are 4 more guards. Finnan has 1 hit point. The Lesser Earth Elemental has full hit points. Can it get the job done? It just did 12 damage to one guard. It still hasn't been hit by a guard. I'm having a lot... I really like the gold box magic system, but it felt very, like, traditional D&D, especially, like, not traditional because actually they, you know, sleep is not as nearly as deadly a spell as it is in Pool of Radiance in regular D&D. These guys are running out of ammo for their bows, which is funny, but yeah, the Earth Elemental is, like, unhittable, but it doesn't have a great hit rate. And yet, it's now done 23 damage to a guy while I was saying the sentence, with 2 separate hits. And it's killed another one. 3 guards. Yeah, I mostly stuck to, like, my level 1 clerics did Cure Light Wounds and Bless. With level 2, they did Hold Person. With level 3, I don't even remember what they did. It wasn't even important, I don't think. Whereas, alright, come on, Earth Elemental. I'm so proud of you, buddy. 10 more damage to one of the 3 remaining guards. Yeah, especially this one. Like, the Dust Devil was... I liked the Dust Devil. But he wasn't really doing much besides drawing fire, which is helpful, but he got killed pretty quick, too. Another guard down, 2 guards left. Yeah, and like, you know, why would a level 3 wizard ever in Pool of Radiance ever cast any spell except Fireball? Then again, I might never do that with Sir Waffle. And like, you know, Stinking Clad is your level 2 spell, and so on and so forth. In this game, I'm really enjoying a range of spells and having fun with the variety. Okay, we killed the second last guard, and it says... Congratulations! For clearing the Oasis, your party earns 4,000 XP, which I like. But the battle's still on, and I'm not entirely sure that the unconscious characters gained that experience. It's okay. Alright, it's just the Lesser Earth Elemental fighting it out with one last guard, who I guess walked too far from the Oasis, so he's no longer holding the territory, but he's still in the fight. And he's dead. Finnan and Finnan alone leveled up, which does suggest to me that I dumped a lot of experience points into only Finnan there. But holy smokes, folks. We survived. Yeah. Finnan hogged it all, but that's okay. Finnan punches pretty high above his weight. His next druid level up is very soon. Earth Elementals are awesome. We'll be summoning more of those bad boys until we start meeting enemies that can hit them. Awesome. Okay, I got a pizza that I gotta reheat in the oven. So this is a good time to settle it down. The official active save has been saved in a separate file because what if we just can't even manage to walk out of here without being butchered? Hey, this guy's coming, which I appreciate, but we'll talk to him and find out next time because like I said, I gotta shut this down. I was thinking, when I set this up, I thought I'd only go till 5. And for the context of anyone who's not in the Atlantic time zone, it's like 6:40 now. But this was exactly what I needed. Keep busy, keep active, keep the mind going. And so, awesome. And also, another thing I need in my life, there's lots of fun video games, and this is a really fun video game. I'm enjoying it. We'll get back on the search for the town, which I think is probably 1 screen up. Otherwise, we gotta go 1 screen south, west, and maybe 1 screen north. Who knows? But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This is a fun, cool game. And as I slowly get to know the combat system, I'm having more and more fun with it. And hopefully we'll start having more success. I would like to get to a hard battle, see it coming, not get blindsided, but be able to know it's coming, see it, and then win it the first time because I had a good plan. We'll get there. I believe in my heart that we'll get there. But this was great. So check it out. I'll be back tomorrow Playing Quest for Glory 5, Dragon Fire. Don't worry, anyone who watched the last episode and saw me stuck in a kind of silly way at the end, I'm not stuck anymore. I needed to find out, I learned how to breathe underwater, but I don't know how to swim. Need to put those together if we're going to get to Atlantis. And as it turns out, when I was preparing the chapter skips for the YouTube video, I saw Folas's dialogue, which I should have remembered, where he just said, "The famous adventurer gave me a book that taught me how to swim." So I bet if I go in the famous adventurer and like dig through his books, I'm going to just find that book, get the swim skill. We go to Atlantis. We're on the path in Quest for Glory 5, which is great. I have a feeling I'll be able to wrap it up just before my vacation starts, which is nice. You know, it won't be a clean slate, so we'll still be doing Dark Sun when my vacation starts. But it'll be good because I want to get things going other than just getting Ultima 7 Part 2 Serpent Isle going. So that'll be helpful to have that space. I have lots of plans for exciting things, that some of which will probably happen during my vacation where I'm a little more free to stream. I would have more to announce if this week had not been what it turned out to be. But here we are at the end. And yeah, like I said, this was just what I needed. So thank you, everyone, both for the general fact of being here, but also for all the kind words, both that some of you said in the chat, that some of you said in the Discord, and just generally helps a lot. I feel very I feel very fortunate that so many people care. And I appreciate it a lot because, like I said, it's important to me to try to do good with this for her and for me and for Danielle, but for Astra most of all. That doesn't make it easy, especially right now in the wake of it. So this helps a lot. It'll help tomorrow. Come Tuesday, Greg will be here. Can't wait to see Greg. And we're going to be beating him up. We got arcade beat 'em ups to play. I can't remember which ones, but they'll be... Oh, wait, I can. Burning Fight by SNK and a game called Growl by Taito. So that's exciting. We're on the downslope. I have some new pixel art to add to enhance the visual experience of that stream that will be in there. You'll get to see boss tier Greg and James, which I think I did a pretty good job of making very funny. Still going to do mid-boss Greg. I have mid-boss James, but want them standing on either side of the words mid-boss tier. And then I got to do Goon Greg and James. And then I'll have all 4 tiers represented with fun sprites. So that's exciting. Come Friday, I really hope we get back to Friday Night Frosthaven. We would have got back to it last night, but... So hopefully we're back at it next Friday. Because... Not that I never see Rich outside of that, but it is my main way of regularly seeing Rich. And I would like to see Rich. So hopefully we're doing that on Friday. And then before you know it, it'll be Saturday again. And we'll be back in Athos, searching for the village of Gedron to deliver some pith and also to get to work allying the disparate free peoples of the wastes outside the city of Draj. Last week I said somewhere in there to start ramping up to vacation streaming mode, and as work ramps down, heading to vacation, I said, I'll get in at least one stream not scheduled that you're not expecting, that I can't announce. And that didn't work out because it was just that week, you know? But that can only happen once. So I'm pretty sure I'll get the unscheduled stream in, especially since Danielle's gone till Wednesday. What else am I going to do? Oh, sweet. I got to deep clean a fridge. Danielle said, because, you know, not pointing fingers, but it's way more Danielle's fault that the fridge is a disaster than mine. But Danielle said, you know, you can just, you know, she was like, babe, just wait and we'll do the fridge together when you get home. But if I get the motivation, if I can work it up, I would love to just bite the bullet. I wouldn't love to, and like, I'm not going to enjoy doing it. But it'd feel great if she came home and I had done the fridge. So I'm going to try. All right. That's it. That's where we've been. That's where we are. That's where we're going. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, oh ho. Yeah. We're heading into free time zone. And that's another thing I need to do. Is just some of my streamers that I know, I got to check them out sometimes and hang out. So I will try to get that done. That might not happen until proper vacation, David, but it's going to happen sometime soon. Okay. Yeah, if you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, can't hear my voice. I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time that we're all crawling across the same pile of bodies outside the same oasis together, take care of yourselves. Be kind to everyone you meet. Give your cat a kiss for me. Bye-bye.